Hey, this is Bo Thomas with Thomas HVAC Company. It's football season. That means I'll be giving away $100 in cash to one Toni and Gary listener each week.
The Toni and Gary SEC Football Pick'em Contest. Find out more online at ToniandGary.com and listen weekdays 5 to 8 a.m. here on 800 and 1230 WBHP.
Stand by 3.
You got those monkeys ready? Where's the midget?
Roger on the monkey.
Grind the board.
Ready, A. Is the last button working?
Good, all right, here we go. In 3, 2, 1. What the?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was standing on this wire. My bad.
It's the WBHP Morning Show with Toni and Gary.
They're kooky, mysterious and spooky. They're all together ooky, the Addams Family. Their house is a museum. When people come to see them, they really are a scream, the Addams Family.
5:04 on the morning show. Wow, that's old.
Yeah, it is.
Between that and the Munsters,
I love those two shows.
you know, they were funny and not overly scary, you know.
No.
So
They made light of them all. Mm-hmm. Of all the monsters on there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Good stuff.
They don't mix up. Well, now it's Walking Dead.
Yeah, that is scary.
Yeah, I can't, I don't let my kids watch that
Right.
in the house. They have to go to somebody else's house.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
You
Rules.
do need an outside TV so the kids can at least watch TV on the property.
Well, because even if you're not watching it, the music and you can hear what
Sound
they're
effects.
saying. Yeah.
You can hear them growl.
Yeah, now I'm getting scared. I don't even want to talk about it. But, that's just, you want to watch it, go somewhere else. Or get your own house.
If I were creative enough, I was creative enough to come up with the idea, but I'm not creative enough to go through with it. I'm not crafty enough, I guess is the right term. So I thought of a costume. A lot of people try to think outside the box when it comes to Halloween costumes. For instance,
Go as a box.
Well, so at the trunk or treat we went to on Wednesday night, they had a Halloween costume contest, and the winner was a girl who was a Barbie in a box.
Oh.
It was pretty cool, actually.
Barbie in a box, okay.
So that gave me the idea, because I was thinking about The Walking Dead for some reason. I guess because I was at a Halloween thing. But I thought, well, a good Walking Dead costume, aside from the usual zombies, and if you're going to be a character from the show, which I don't know any of them, by the way.
Right.
I've never seen that show. Not enough of it, anyway, to know anything. Anyway, I thought, well, if we're going to do The Walking Dead, why not fashion a box, since you can do a Barbie box out of it, why not fashion a box into looking like a coffin? And then when you're walking, you would be the Walking Dead.
Oh, that's
But
good.
I don't know how I would fashion a box and make it look like a coffin. But
That you could walk in.
yeah, right.
Well, it wouldn't be it would be long, and maybe your head was coming out of the middle instead of the top.
Right.
But paint would be the
Paint. The only part I was having trouble with is I kind of wanted to make it like one of those vampire coffins, where it tapers down at the bottom and up at the top it's kind of angled and all that. I don't know how to do that on a box.
No, you need to
It'd be a lot
talk
of
to
tape.
Chance.
Is he crafty when it comes to that stuff?
Yeah, I had to bring in some of the things he's been making lately.
No.
It's
Okay.
really kind of unique. He's been cutting pieces of board.
Mm-hmm.
And then he went to this site where it has, like the one he made for me is love, and it has different things from. I'll have to bring it in and let you get a picture of it and put it on our blog.
Okay.
And it's Bible verses and things like that, and it's not. It's kind of like a tablet,
Okay.
but it's thinner.
Right.
But he's been making those for some of his friends, just out of scratch.
Yeah.
And how and the verses are imprinted on the wood. He didn't tape these to the wood. He figured out a way how with some kind of glue or some kind, you turn it over and then you put this stuff on the back and you wait 24 hours and it imprints everything on the wood itself. So he from a very early age, he could draw, freehand.
Oh.
Yeah. Nobody in my family can do any of that.
Yeah.
I'm sure he's mine because I remember it. But none of those.
It's easier for you to say that he's yours.
Yes, it is. But unless they switch babies or something. Well, no, he looks like me. But
he looks like a Lowry.
Yeah, he looks just like Cody.
Yes, he
So
does.
he looks like they're right. Anyway, but I draw stick people.
Yeah, me too.
I can't draw. I'm not creative in that way.
I used to be able to draw way back in the day when the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles were huge, a lot bigger than they are now when they first came out. I used to could draw a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle from like the chest up.
Really?
And I was so proud of myself. But I can't even do that now.
Yeah. But like I said, I'll have to bring a couple of those in.
You don't use it, you lose it.
Then he made this box. He made a box that he put I don't know who he made it for. But it when you open it up, it has index cards in it that he wrote, and it says like if you're depressed, and then you turn it over and it has verse. He looked all them up.
Good idea.
Yeah, or if you're this or that, and that way you can take a card when and on the back of it has the verse.
Yeah,
that'll help you if you're going through whatever you're going through.
Yep.
But he made that. I mean, he cut the pieces. Just from a piece of wood.
Well, good.
And I say wood, like a 2x4 kind of wood, not just like wood out in the woods.
Right. He didn't go chop a tree down.
No, I know. He didn't go to those extremes. Can't do that in Madison. Anyway.
No.
All right, we got a lot to talk about this morning, as usual. It is Friday.
Thank goodness.
A lot of Halloween parties this weekend. We're going to give you an opportunity to win separately, as well as a daily prize, some Tate Farm family 4-packs, because Monday's the last day. So each hour we'll ask for X amount of callers and we'll give away family 4-packs to Tate Farms. Let's see here. Let us start with the phone. Hey, Jim, how are you?
Hey, good morning.
By the way, it's a lot cooler out there this morning than it was yesterday morning. It's 56 degrees. It was like 70 yesterday.
Well, I haven't been out yet. No, I haven't stepped outside yet. I got to stick my head out and see if there's any armadillo in my trap.
Oh my.
You got traps out now.
Yeah.
Are they, is this a humane trap, or does it zap them as quick as they jump in it?
That hurt when you said zap.
Oh, it's a humane trap. It's just the door. They step on a pressure plate and the door closes.
So now if he's in there, you got to go out there and deal with a ticked off armadillo.
Oh, they're pretty docile.
Really?
When they're in there. Yeah. Unlike when you get a raccoon in there, they're pretty aggressive.
Well, I was about to say I have attempted to release a raccoon before.
Wow.
Yeah.
And a skunk. The skunk didn't go well. I'm just here to tell you.
No, I'm sure it didn't.
Well, I didn't know I was trying to catch a skunk. I was trying to catch that rascally raccoon.
sprayed?
No, I did not. I the blanket that I threw over it did get sprayed, but I did not.
Wow.
I was smart enough to throw something over it.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm always fearful about getting a skunk, but I've got possums and raccoons, and the other day I got groundhog.
Yeah, they're a little upset too when they get put in those things.
Oh yeah, they're not happy.
Well, he was screaming, "It's not February. What are you doing?"
I saw my shadow, for goodness
Stop!
sake.
That's funny.
Well, I want to let you guys know I'm going to be gone the next couple of weeks. So,
Really?
I may try to call in, but one of the places I'm going to be off on time zone changes, so I'm not sure I can call in or not.
Well, you haven't been off for a while, doing that kind of work.
No. Going to Colorado on Sunday, and then come back on Wednesday, and Thursday morning, my wife and I get up and go to Hawaii for about 8 days.
Wow. Well, she's going with you this time, though, right?
Yeah, and
Good.
it's not for work; it's for fun.
Oh,
good.
that's good. Mm-hmm. Very
Yeah, we're
good.
going to go to the Big Island and see the volcanoes.
So what time does our plane leave, Jim?
Yeah, really.
And are we on? Are we in first class, or are we riding coach to Hawaii?
So no, we're going first class.
Oh yeah, that's the only way to
Too
go.
long flight. It's too long flight to ride in the back.
I was going to say, if it wasn't for that, how long that trip was, I'd love to go to Hawaii,
yeah.
but that is a long time on a plane.
Watch out for Donald
Yeah,
Trump back there in first class.
From Atlanta to Hawaii is 10 hours.
How many?
In.
Wow.
Yeah. I can barely make it from here to Houston, hour and a half, and then 2.5 hours to Nevada to visit Alicia.
I'm a little surprised it's that far.
Yeah, it's a long,
Wow.
long flight.
Need to speed that plane up.
Yeah.
I believe I could make it there in 9, Jim.
Make it there in 9.
Yeah. Yeah, we're spending a couple of nights in Honolulu, so hopefully we'll get to see. My wife's
That'll be
got
nice.
a cousin that's in the military out there at Schofield Barracks.
So you
Maybe
fly.
we'll get to see her.
So you fly a lot. So I want to ask you a question about Mike Pence's plane. So they're setting down in LaGuardia. It's raining, and it skids off the runway and ends up in the grass. It looks like, but it was also resting against the perimeter fence after it skid off the roadway. I guess they put those up to make sure, or to try to slow it
contain
down
them,
from going into another lane or a plane or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Did you hear about this last night?
Yeah, and I saw some of the video on TV.
What do you think? What do you think happened?
I think the pilot probably overshot where the landing area is on the runway, and he got, once he realized he was on the ground on the runway, and then he hit the brakes too hard. And I don't know whether you can lock up those wheels or not, but it's like any other slick surface that gets wet, or any surface that gets wet is slick, and probably just started sliding. But I think initially he probably don't show he came down too far down the runway.
It's a Boeing 737 charter flight.
Oh, it was a charter plane.
Mm-hmm.
I was wondering if it was the Trump Pence plane that Trump had made for Pence.
Well, I mean, I think it has Pence on there,
Oh,
but
Yeah, I'm not
that's
sure.
still a charter flight.
I think there's 30-some people on board, so I'm thinking
37.
it's probably his staff or something.
Well, the press was in the back, because he lets press fly with him now.
I guess I halfway
I'd
assumed.
walk.
Go ahead, Jim.
Go ahead, Jim. Yeah.
But I'd make the press walk.
Well, the first thing he did was go back there and make sure they were okay. I mean, that's just the kind of guy he is.
Yeah.
But, several of them had reports out last night of what they, shaking and then hard landing, and then going back and forth skidding, and that's terrifying.
You were asking Jim whether or not those wheels lock up, and I don't know that this necessarily proves that they locked up or not, but I heard Fox News producer talking about it who was on the plane and said that when they landed, shortly thereafter, they started smelling rubber. And he said then that the guy had locked the brakes up. Now, that's just the terminology he used. I don't know whether those wheels can lock up technically or not, but at least apparently the brakes had been applied in a hard fashion.
Yeah.
And the plane is a Trump-Pence plane.
It
I
is,
mean, it's
okay.
painted up.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it is that one. I just assumed, I don't know why I assumed this, but I assumed Trump had just bought it instead of renting it, but I guess he's chartering it.
Yeah, he's chartering it.
Yeah.
Chartered, yeah. It's a little bit different than the highway, the streets when they get wet. On your streets, on your roads around town, when you first get rain, especially if it's a light rain, it's not enough to wash the oil film off the road.
Kind of like 565, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that's why you slide. But if you get a hard ring, then that helps wash the oil film off that has accumulated. So that's, but I don't think you get that same type of oil film on the runway because, planes just don't leak like cars do.
Yeah, and that's actually what one of the former inspector generals for the Department of Transportation said is when there's a layer of water, it's like hydroplaning your car.
Yeah.
Same thing, yeah. Although Anderson Cooper last night kept asking her, well, I understand you shut down several lanes of the airport. Is that common? And do you do that for every plane that has problems or just
Really?
Mike Pence's? And I thought, you jerk. You're such a jerk.
Just trying to cause controversy.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. But they are looking into it. The NTSB is looking into it to see what caused it because, I mean, that's a normal thing, right, Jim, that they would try to figure out what happened, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's technically kind of like a malfunction. It's not so much a crash, but it's an anomaly that where the plane didn't leave the runway.
And I'm sure they want to make sure that it wasn't somebody didn't put something out there, that it didn't, somebody wasn't involved.
That's why I assumed they closed it down.
Well, that's what I would think
Because
immediately.
I have seen stories where planes have skidded off a runway, as minorly as this one appears, and business still goes on.
Right.
But
a vice presidential candidate.
Yes, the first thing I assumed when I read that they closed it off, I thought, well, they're out there looking to make sure there was no meddling going on that caused this.
Exactly.
That's what I figured.
But
I use common sense, Tony, is the difference between me and Anderson
if it
Cooper.
had been Hillary Clinton's plane, they would have been saying, "Oh my gosh, is she okay?
Yeah, bless her
Did
heart.
anything happen to her?" And it's like, really, really, really.
She wasn't flying the plane, was she? That's what I'd ask.
Well, I don't know. Julian Assange said that the Clinton campaign tried to hack him.
I saw that.
Did you see that?
I did see that.
And he was laughing.
Yeah, well.
He said, "Really?"
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, I bet his computer's one of the safest on Earth.
You think?
I know mine would be if I was a hacker.
Well, I tell you what, I'm impressed by all these WikiLeaks things that are coming out, and hopefully that people will wake up.
The media isn't.
No, we've only got, 10 days, 11 days?
Yeah.
I mean, they're going to have to wake up in a hurry.
Yeah.
I don't know how they can just keep ignoring them, especially this newest one about how much money Bill Clinton put in his pocket. I mean, he was over $100 million he put in his pocket because of all this.
Wow.
Anyway, we've got a
I like
report
what
on that.
Newt Gingrich says. Where's the FBI when you need them?
Yeah, we're going to play
They
that
ought to be
clip.
investigating this.
Yeah. They said they were going to investigate the Clinton Foundation, but they never did.
Well, we were under the impression they were already investigating at one point. Do you remember that?
Yeah, and then we find out.
And then he
they're
said,
not.
no.
No, we're not.
No,
why would we?
There's nothing to see there.
Well, Jim, when are you leaving?
Sunday I go to Colorado.
Okay. Will you be careful, okay? It may already be snowing in Colorado.
No, I checked. It's going to be in the 70s during the day.
Oh,
wow.
Global warming in Colorado.
Well, it's been awful warm.
It has been.
Yeah.
It's going to be 84 on November 1st.
Have to care for the snow. They can keep the snow away for a while.
All right.
But it might be snowing in Hawaii.
Hawaii?
Yeah.
They get snow in Hawaii?
I didn't even... really?
Yeah. They do. On the Big Island, there's two mountains on the Big Island, Mauna Kea and Mauna Loa, and they're up around 13,000 feet.
Yeah.
Is that ash or snow?
Oh, it's snow.
Well,
Matter of fact, you can go skiing on the top of one of them. They got a ski lodge up there.
That's what I want to do. I want to stay in a ski lodge on top of a volcano. That's what I.
Yeah.
That's one of those disaster movies waiting to happen.
So.
Well, we're not staying up there.
Snow falls every winter in Hawaii, almost every winter, on the tallest summits. I'd love to tell you all those names, but I'm no good at Hawaiian names.
All right, Jim.
Mauna Kea, Mauna Loa.
Mauna Kea, Mauna Loa. Mm-hmm. Yep, that's
Very
right.
good. Got to go, Jim. You be careful, okay?
That's what I meant to say.
Okay, take care.
All right. That's what you meant to say?
That is what I meant to say.
All right, let's get Mary in here. Hey, Mary.
Good morning. Y'all doing all right this morning?
Doing good. What about you?
Oh, I'm doing okay. I just want to get qualified.
Well, you are qualified. Thank you, Mary.
Thank you.
All right, we're going to take a break. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
Listen to Toni and Gary on your smartphone.
Download the free iHeartRadio app and listen anywhere in the U.S.
And we're on HD Radio 102.1-2. And don't forget to like our Facebook page, facebook.com/Toni and Gary.
It's the morning show with Toni and Gary on 800 and 1230 WBHP.
From the Fox Sports Studios in Los Angeles, here's Eddie Garcia.
In the NFL on Thursday Night Football, the Titans beat the Jaguars 36-22. Tennessee quarterback Marcus Mariota had 270 yards passing and 2 touchdowns. Running back DeMarco Murray ran for 123 yards and a score. Tennessee's 4-4 with the win. Jacksonville drops to 2-5 with the loss. In college football, number 25 Virginia Tech won at Pittsburgh 39-36. It was USC over Cal 45-24. USC quarterback Sam Darnold had 5 touchdown passes in that win. NBA games of note: the Bulls beat the Celtics 105-99. In his Chicago debut, Dwayne Wade had 22 points. Spurs down the Kings 102-94. Kawhi Leonard had 30 points for San Antonio. And the Clippers beat the Blazers 114-106. Blake Griffin and Chris Paul each had 27 points. News from baseball, where Cubs slugger Kyle Schwarber will not be allowed to play the outfield in the World Series because of a knee injury that he suffered back in April. Schwarber will be available to pinch hit in games played in Chicago.
It's time to think real estate, buying, selling, or renting. Carrie Rosenblum with Rosenblum Realty, representing 55 years of experience, says that the rental business in the Tennessee Valley is a very important factor.
It is. We provide a service of finding a rental home for a family or individual in the Tennessee Valley. We've got a good selection. And homes can include condominiums and also townhomes, any number of single-family dwellings in the area. We have a good selection, and what we encourage people to do to go to our website at rosenblumrealty.com, click the rental button, they can find the one that fits their budget. It's a great option for people that come to town brand new, trying to learn the area before they buy, or maybe someone just that's the best fit for them. Come see us at Rosenblum Realty. We'll find the rental you need.
And they find you by calling
256-539-9501.
Or they'll find you on the web
at rosenblumrealty.com.
It's Rosenblum Realty. Kerry Rosenblum, the man to talk to from Rosenblum Realty.
In the market for a new or pre-owned RV? Let us help you. Hi, this is Chase with Bankston Motorhomes. For over 46 years, my family has helped thousands of people just like you enjoy the RVing lifestyle. Whether you are taking a trip to the beach, exploring the West, tailgating, or just going on a weekend trip with your family, we have something for you. View all of our inventory online at bankstonmotorhomes.com or stop by any of Bankston's 5 locations here in North Alabama and Southern Tennessee.
Keeping you informed. Now, a Tennessee Valley News Update on WBHP.
Good morning, I'm Michelle Stark. Here's a quick update from the WHNT News 19 newsroom. The election no longer the only thing Donald Trump is calling rigged. The GOP nominee has acknowledged he is losing in some polls, but said there's, quote, tremendous dishonesty in the surveys. A CBS News poll released in mid-October found Hillary Clinton leading by 9 points. A St. Louis jury has awarded a California woman more than $70 million in her lawsuit alleging years of using Johnson & Johnson's baby powder caused her cancer. This is the latest case raising concerns about the extended health ramifications of talcum powder use. The leaders of an armed group who seized a national wildlife refuge in rural Oregon have now been acquitted for their role in the 41-day standoff. A jury found brothers Ammon and Ryan Bundy not guilty of having a firearm in a federal facility and conspiring to impede federal workers from their jobs at the Malheur National Wildlife Refuge. I'm Michelle Stark. Those are some of the big stories on this Friday.
The Car Pro Show with Jerry Reynolds and Kevin McCarthy.
Well, the way I look at it right now, I fell in love with the Tundra, as big as it is, as big as a guzzler, and the fact that I couldn't drop a payment. I'm going back to the Tundra. I'm going to find my favorite color. I'll stick with it, and I'm the best.
To hell with gas prices.
Yes, sir.
Email Jerry at carprousa.com.
Welcome to Texas.
Then listen this weekend.
Saturdays noon to 3 and Sundays 9 to 11 a.m. on 800 and 1230 WBHP.
Insult women.
It's all
talk.
Well, here we go again.
It's really bad judgment.
Issues, not insults.
She should be ashamed of herself.
The time for talk is over. Now it's America's turn to make its voice heard. Fox News Channel has election night covered, fair and balanced, up-to-the-minute exit polls, breaking race results, and powerful analysis from the best team in politics. Plus, it all happens live from our new state-of-the-art studio. Fox News Channel has election night covered because we are America's election headquarters.
Fox News Sunday is America's wake-up call with one of the most trusted names in politics, Chris Wallace, asking the tough questions to Washington's power players.
Was that statement by you a mistake?
Engaging America in critical debates on the biggest issues.
Let's get serious about our economic future.
And taking a look ahead to our nation's next big moves.
What should we do about Pakistan going forward?
Only Chris Wallace has America's wake-up call every Sunday on Fox News Sunday. Check your local listings.
Hear Toni and Gary online at WBHPAM.com. The traffic info you need now. Here's a WBHP Time Saver traffic update.
This report is brought to you by Boys and Girls Club of America.
Friday morning traffic looking good. We're off to a good start with the weather as well. No problems as you're making your way around Athens, around Decatur. No problems on 565 or along the Parkway. I'm Captain Carl in the Hardee's Traffic Center.
It's 3 p.m. School's out for America's kids. And when school's out, clubs are in. It's time to support the Boys and Girls Clubs. Visit greatfutures.org.
So why do people drive from all over the Southeast to Eddie Pruitt Ford?
Tremendous savings on new Ford cars and trucks, crossovers, and SUVs.
Right now, great buys at Eddie Pruitt Ford. Great incentives from Ford Motor Company as well as from Eddie Pruitt himself. And he's got those program vehicles with still under factory warranty mileage on them at Eddie Pruitt Ford, and you can save thousands and thousands of dollars. And at Eddie Pruitt Ford, every new Ford comes with a powertrain lifetime warranty. You heard me right. A lifetime powertrain warranty with every new Ford sold at Eddie Pruitt Ford. So do like I do and have been doing for years. I head over to Hartselle, Alabama, Highway 31 and do business with my friend Eddie Pruitt. And you'll do it too because he'll treat you right at Eddie Pruitt Ford, Highway 31, Hartselle.
WBHP is available everywhere you want to listen on our free iHeartRadio app. Download it now.
I'm Kerry Rosenblum with Rosenblum Realty, and it's football season again, and that means I'll be giving away $50 cash to one lucky Toni and Gary listener each week.
The Toni and Gary SEC Football Pick'em Contest. Find out more online at ToniandGary.com and listen weekdays 5 to 8 a.m. here on 800 and 1230 WBHP.
Welcome back to the morning show. Okay, what are we giving away?
$40 for Popeye's Cajun Fried Chicken. Movie passes for two at Hollywood 18. Family 4-pack to the Botanical Gardens. $20 from Dunkin' Donuts, Huntsville and Madison.
And a day pass to the range at Last Resort Guns, County Line Road in Madison.
All you have to do is call us. At the end of the show, we'll draw from all the people who have called in, and that person wins.
534-3521 and 309-2313.
And we've added prizes. We have a family 4-pack to Tate Farms. Now here, after 6, we're going to award individual family 4-packs to Tate Farms as well. Mm-hmm. So call us. Phone numbers are
256-534-3521 and 309-2313.
So let's see. Oh, don't forget about the big Halloween party at Nick's tomorrow night. We'll be talking to him in a little bit.
Is this 6th anniversary or 5th?
6th. Yeah. It's his
wow.
6th anniversary.
How time flies.
It's amazing.
I remember the first one.
Yeah, and he's been with us ever since.
That's right.
Okay, so all the answers begin with cat.
Okay.
All the answers begin with cat. Halloween coming up.
For black cats.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Person providing food for a party.
Uh-huh.
Tennessee Williams play that won the 1955 Pulitzer for drama. Cat is in there. Cartoonist and her long-running comic strip begins with cat. There's only, I think, one. This next one, I love this word, which is the answer, so I can't tell you until somebody tells us.
Okay.
Diagonally askew, out of whack.
Yep.
You knew that right away.
Mm-hmm. Well, I knew it had to be an odd word.
Well, I didn't even think it was a word, but I guess it is. I thought it was just something.
Yeah, I thought it was a southern slang term is what I thought.
But it's a word.
But it's a real word.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't know how to spell it.
It's not that hard. We may have a spelling bee here in a minute.
Great.
Cord whip with multiple lashes. Cat is in there. Mountain range of southern New York. A sound made by a heckler. A sound made by a heckler. Cat. All these things begin with cat.
I get so tired of that. I can't even walk into the store.
I know. How sad. Twin hulled, Hulled, boat.
Uh-huh.
And a J. Crew mailing. J. Crew mailing, for example.
Okay, yeah.
All the answers begin with cat, C-A-T.
It's interesting that you chose J. Crew.
Well, I didn't. They did.
Okay. Well, they must have been about 12.
Is that what they really?
256-534-3521 if you peruse the J. Crew, or 309.
For example.
For example. Or 309-2313.
Let's go to Glenda. Hey, Glenda.
Hey, good morning.
Hey.
Are you looking for a cat on a hot tin roof?
I am. Cat on a Hot Tin Roof. That would be the Tennessee Williams play that won the 1955 Pulitzer for drama.
Yeah, usually I don't have a clue to some of them because it would be like kind of like spelling out something other to get a word or something. Because I cannot play Scrabble.
Oh.
That's how great I am at spelling. But anyway, y'all have a great day. Okay?
You too. You have a good one. And
All right,
Roger. Hey, Roger.
Good morning.
How are you?
I'm doing well. Let's go with catawampus.
It's catawampus. I didn't even know that was a word. I thought it was a southern thing. Diagonally askew or out of whack is cat. All right, Corey.
Mm-hmm.
Cat.
So I do C-A-T. A.
Wom.
W-O-M.
No. Wom.
W-U-M.
No. Again.
W-A-M.
Uh-huh. Pus.
P-U-S.
There you go. Catawampus.
Catawampus. Wish I'd had you at my junior high spelling bee, Tony.
Oh. Anyway, very good, Roger. Have you ever used that word?
Maybe. I'm trying to think back if I've ever, used that word. There's a word we use a lot. It's called discombobulated.
Mm-hmm.
Is that actually
a
word?
If that's actually a real word or not, but.
Well, let's ask Google.
How do you spell that one, Corey?
I don't know.
It's, but I can remember my grandmother or my grandfather using that word, but I didn't even think it was a word. I thought it was catawampus was a southern slang thing.
To discombobulate, Roger, is to disconcert or confuse.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's a real word.
It's a real word. How about that?
Yeah, it always makes you think, what were they doing when they thought of these words? Say, hey, I need to put that in the dictionary,
Well, and
I need to write that down.
And they put everything in the dictionary these days. They even have with the Urban Dictionary for the slang. And
yeah.
And then they decide they're going to change definition here and there, so depending on culture.
Yeah, they don't mind doing that.
Not at all. Well, very good. You have a great weekend, Roger.
Y'all do too.
And Usher. Hey, Usher.
Good morning, folks.
Hey.
I'm going to go with cattails, then the other folks got the other answers.
You're going to go with...
Cattails. Well,
yeah, it's... Well, that's close enough. It's cat o' nine tails is what it's called.
Yeah.
Cord whip with multiple lashes. I've never seen one of those, but it sounds painful.
Yeah, it does.
Doesn't it?
Yeah. I have, and it's a wicked-looking object.
Oh, you've seen one. Okay.
Yes. Back on the farm in Carolina, you see stuff like that sometimes.
And what do they use those for?
Well, they basically use it for the team of mules.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Got to keep those kids in line.
Yeah.
Kids.
Yeah.
Listen to you.
Well, That's all my grandfather used it for. It was just the mules.
Was the mules?
Yes. He had a single whip that he used otherwise.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And a belt. Yes.
Oh.
Very good, Usher. You have a great day.
All right. You too.
All right. And Danny. Hey, Danny.
Hello.
Hey.
Cat on the Hot Tin Roof.
Yes, it is Cat on the Hot Tin Roof. Tennessee Williams play that won the 55 Pulitzer. What are you doing today,
That
Danny?
is. I'm delivering drugs again.
Well, we always like it when our drug delivery man calls in.
Yeah.
Do we need to leave the door
I'm glad
open?
that they calling.
Do we need to leave the back door open? It's
Yeah.
very good.
Oh, are y'all doing okay?
Yeah, we're hanging in there for a Friday.
I hear you.
You have a great day, okay?
You do the same.
All right, Jeff.
I don't know if Danny Courier's from Birmingham or not, but I had a friend of mine, and you don't know it, Tony, but he's a mutual friend of ours.
Oh.
That used to do a little drug currying from Birmingham to Huntsville.
Yeah.
And he had to make sure he was well armed in order to do that.
I'm sure.
Down through Birmingham and all.
Well, and because, they can see where you leave. I mean, if they really want to do
Well, not only that, but the company he worked for made him put a big magnet that said drug courier or something on the side. Yes.
It's like, come get me.
Right.
Yeah.
You're sitting duck.
All right, let's talk Obamacare for a minute. Corey, I want to start with 1847 and then 1842. 1847 and 1842. There's really two architects, so to speak, of Obamacare. There is Dr. Zeke Emanuel, who is the one who put it into practice. But before that, there was Jonathan Gruber. Now, in case you have forgotten who he is, we're going to remind you here in a second. But he was also instrumental in putting Romney Care into effect.
Yeah.
In Massachusetts, and then he took that and helped Zeke Emanuel and the White House put together Obamacare. Mm-hmm. So yesterday, the White House, Josh Earnest, the spokesperson for the White House, was asked about these increases in Obamacare and what was going to happen and what people were going to do. And this was what he had to say. Here we go.
We're encouraging people to shop around whether they have health care or not. And that opportunity is available at healthcare.gov today.
Hang on one second.
And
it's really hard to shop around when you only have one provider per state. When all the providers are dropping out and you have, like in Alabama, we have Blue Cross Blue Shield. That's it.
That's right.
So it's really hard. And when you can't shop across state lines, well, you can't shop around, Mr. Ernest.
No.
You take it,
and the insurance
or else.
companies have no incentive to give you a fair price either.
No, they don't. So go ahead.
finally, we know that the system overall benefits. Everybody's costs go down when more people sign up. So that's why we're making such an aggressive effort to include people all across the country, particularly young people, to encourage them to avail themselves of this opportunity. All of this is particularly important when you consider that the penalty that is imposed for people who don't sign up for health care is quite significant. This year it's about $700. About $700. And I think our argument is pretty simple, which is, why would you pay $700 to Uncle Sam when you don't need to? You can avoid that having to make that $700 payment if you go and sign up for health care, which of course also affords you a variety of benefits that protect you and your family in the event of illness.
It's just so what he's saying is, hey, sign up or we're going to penalize you young people. Now, we found out yesterday that they were saying $1,400 a year was a good price.
Right.
So Josh Earnest is saying, why would you pay $700 a year when you could, have health care? Well, if it's $700, if they think $1,400 a year for a 27-year-old's a good price, well, $700 a year is a bargain.
No kidding.
Which they're like. In other words, he's saying it's pretty simple. Sign up for Obamacare, or we're going to fine you.
Wow.
Period. Whether you need it or not, sign up for it. And young people, if you don't, because you're the problem. You're young and healthy, and you don't need to put out $1,400 a year or whatever it is on something you don't use or you can't use because your deductibles are so high. But basically, the White House is saying, "Hey, sign up or else."
Yeah.
And now they're talking about increasing. In fact, that's what Gruber says. Increase the mandate. Increase the penalty.
Oh, the penalty?
Force Americans, and they're saying that's the solution. The solution is to increase the penalty so high.
Need more money.
That we will force people to buy Obamacare because otherwise the IRS will come get them. I mean, that's their solution.
Well, let me tell you another reason why they need to increase the penalty. So I got an email yesterday from the Healthcare Exchange, which said that I can see my plans that are available and see how much they are.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I did that. And the only thing available in Alabama, as Tony said, is Blue Cross Blue Shield. Now, last year, I do receive a subsidy because I happen to sit in that sweet spot.
You're in that working poor, under $47,000 a year.
If they call that poor.
Well, that's what they're calling it.
I know.
But so if you make over $47,000 a year, you're out of the subsidy range.
I think it's even higher than that. I think it's close to $60,000 now.
Well, everything I saw a couple of weeks ago was still $47,000.
Okay,
they may change that, but right now it's $47,000. And then if you're under a certain amount, you can get Medicaid, but you're not.
Right.
You're not there. You're in between.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
So last year I got $530-something a month in subsidy to help cover my health insurance.
And it's mostly because of Fallon.
Yeah.
Fallon has...
Well, and kids. I got kids. And all that factors in.
Yeah.
All that factors in. This year, my subsidy went up to $900 and something a month in order to cover this insurance. Yeah.
So what they're doing here then is they're paying off the insurance companies.
And by the way, I put in the exact same dollar amount that I put in
last year.
The exact same.
Yeah. So what they're going to do here is the taxpayer, they're going to pay off the insurance companies by doing that.
Yeah.
Is basically what they're doing.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're getting the exact same thing you got last year, and Josh Earnest just said that Obamacare was bringing the cost of health care down, well, we see it didn't. And if they increase $400 a month on everybody who has Obamacare, and the taxpayer is going to pay for that, not only the taxpayer, but those who are buying insurance, kind of like when I did, right?
Mm-hmm.
And on my $915 bill every month, it had a $50 charge for Obamacare. So
right.
Here you have millions of people across the country who are paying for insurance, and part of their payment goes to Obamacare. And then you have the Obama administration paying off insurance companies not to leave.
Yeah.
Yeah. And still, we only have one insurance company in Alabama and in many states. And on top of that, not with you, but with people who are paying, their deductibles are so high they can't even use it. So I was talking to somebody the other day who had a $9,000 deductible. Yeah. They had, as a family, had to use $9,000.
Had to pay $9,000 out of their pocket.
Out of their pocket before they could ever use their insurance.
Yeah.
And they were paying $1,800 a month. So $1,800 a month times 12, what is that, Corey? And then before they could even use it, they had to pay $9,000 out of their pocket. And then there were co-pays once they did use it. Yeah, how much is that?
$21,600.
$21,600 a year.
Woo.
Just for insurance they couldn't use.
Wow.
Now, there needs to be a fix for all of this. There needs to be, the people on Medicare, they're okay. They have Medicare. People on Medicaid, they're okay. They have Medicaid. It's everybody else that needs help. Mm-hmm. And there's got to be a way to fix this.
And by the way, I can't, the plans available My wife needs to have a gastric bypass surgery next year, and it's medically important that she does so. But I cannot buy health care, even at the highest rate. They do not cover gastric bypass.
There's a lot of things they don't cover.
How about that?
Mm-hmm. And on top of that, if you want to buy into a health savings account, or you want a catastrophic plan, they don't allow you to do that.
I'm going to look into the catastrophic. I didn't see anything on what they showed me yesterday, but the site's not complete. They say it's ready, but it's not.
Well, of course it's not.
What I got to see was estimates, is what they called it. So who knows what it may end up being.
But for people who want to buy a catastrophic plan like I do, if you're over 30, Blue Cross Blue Shield will not sell you one. You have to be under 30, and then once you hit 30, you're off it.
Wow.
So who under 30 would buy?
They're worried that catastrophes happen more often after you're 30.
But who would buy a catastrophic plan under 30? Nobody.
I have to admit to you, I don't think I'd ever heard of a catastrophic plan.
When you were under 30?
When I was under 30.
Why would you? You're young and healthy. All right, so according to Gruber.
Yeah, the grub.
Yeah, the law is working as designed. It's working as designed. He said that you don't need any changes. There are supposed to be premiums increases. And according to him, he said, the most important thing is to increase the penalty. Increase the penalty and then propel us toward a single-payer health system. That's what they wanted all along.
Been the plan the whole time, huh?
We've been talking about it for 8 years. That was the plan, is to get Canadian-style health care where the government, our tax money, pays for everything, pays the doctors. These doctors are going to drop out like they did in the UK.
Mm-hmm.
Ask Russ. Yeah. All right, so what exactly, let's go back. What did Mr. Gruber actually have to say about the American people? Here we go.
It's just, you can't do it politically. You just literally cannot do it. Okay? Transparent financing, unless I have transparent financing, also transparent spending. I mean, this bill was written in a tortured way to make sure CBO did not score the mandate as taxes. If CBO scored the mandate as taxes, the bill dies.
Okay, stop right there.
So it's written.
And we know that. They did. We played this over and over again before it went to the Supreme Court. They scored it, so it was not a tax. But when it went to the Supreme Court, John Roberts.
The only way it was legal
is if it was a tax.
As if it was a tax.
So Justice Roberts called it a tax. He made it he changed the law and made it a tax. So we'd have to. So they'd have to approve it.
Yeah, because they told us for months leading up to that,
that's not a tax. It's not a tax. Obama said it wasn't a tax. And the people who were fighting against Obamacare in the Supreme Court said, well, everybody said it wasn't a tax. And John Roberts said, well, it's a tax.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. That's the only way to go for it. Go ahead.
To do that. In terms of risk-rated subsidies, if you had a law which said healthy people are going to pay in, it made explicit that healthy people pay in and sick people get money, it would not have passed. Okay, just like lack of transparency is a huge political advantage. And basically, call it the stupidity of the American voter or whatever. But basically, that was really, really critical to getting the thing to pass. And, it's the second best argument. Look, I wish Mark was right. We can make it all transparent. But I'd rather have this law than not. So it's kind of like his reporter story.
So what he's saying is, no, we weren't transparent. If we had told the American people that healthy people would pay for the people who were sick, it never would have passed. So we did what we had to do to pass it. We lied.
Yep.
Because the American voter is stupid.
Well, Nancy Pelosi said we'd have to pass it to see what was in it. Well, boy, was she right.
And they had to give those in Congress special incentives in order to pass it on New Year's Eve, was it? Christmas Eve? I forget.
They had to give them a pass. They don't have to be on Obamacare.
Yeah, and all these and those people, of course, are no longer in Congress because they got what they wanted.
That's right.
So you talk about corruption. How about Congress?
Oh, yeah.
We have so much more to talk about. Don't go away.
Listen to Toni and Gary on your smartphone.
Download the free iHeartRadio app and listen anywhere in the U.S.
And we're on HD Radio 102.1-2. And don't forget to like our Facebook page, facebook.com/Toni and Gary.
It's the morning show with Toni and Gary on 800 and 1230 WBHP.
The traffic info you need now. Here's a WBHP Time Saver traffic update.
This report is brought to you by Lead Safe America.
Traffic looking good this morning around Athens, around Decatur. So far, no delays on 565, the Parkway. Traffic looking good on 72 as well. I'm Captain Carl in the Hardee's Traffic Center.
Does your child struggle to concentrate and pay attention? What looks like ADD or autism may actually be caused by lead poisoning. Lead is a neurotoxin. It can cause permanent brain damage. Find out how to protect your family. Go to leadsafeamerica.org.
The Liosi Group has been taking care of your office needs for over 40 years. They've also been saving 95% of their customers' money and improving efficiency. In this economy, people don't want to think about buying office equipment, but the Liosi Group is reducing hard dollar cost for their customers. How? The machines do more and cost less. Lexmark copiers revolutionize how copies, prints, scans, and faxes are made. Don't be afraid to check into saving your company money. The Liosi Group is where you'll receive quality service guaranteed, response time guaranteed, and that means guaranteed satisfaction. Call the Liosi Group to start reducing your office costs today.
Service, extraordinary service.
Just ask anyone.
650-4150. LIOCE.
Bring home the fun.
Play casino games on your PC.
These are the same games you play at the casino,
but you can play them at home.
To get you started, here's an offer that'll save you 40% off your entire order.
Go to Phantom EFX. Choose your games and enter promo code iHeart at checkout.
PhantomEFX.com. Promo code iHeart at checkout.
Play casino games at home.
And save 40% at PhantomEFX.com. Promo code iHeart.
Hello, I'm Mike Lindell, the inventor of MyPillow, and like all of you out there, I had problems sleeping. Pillows would go flat, I would flip-flop all night long, I would wake up with a sore neck, maybe a headache, or feel like I needed a nap even though I slept 8 hours. When I invented MyPillow, I wanted it to where you could move the patented fill to give you the exact support you need as an individual, regardless of sleep position. MyPillow will get you into that deep sleep faster, and you will stay there longer. It's not about how much time we spend in bed, it's about how much of that quality sleep we get. I do all of my own manufacturing right here in the United States. I have a 10-year warranty. You can wash and dry my pillow, and I give you a 60-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. And here's my best offer ever. You can buy one of my pillows and get one absolutely free. Go to mypillow.com or call 800-480-1941 and use the promo code iHeart. That's 800-480-1941 or go to mypillow.com and use the promo code iHeart.
More than 1 in 3 American kids has lead in their blood. No level of lead is safe. Lead poisoning causes learning disabilities and behavioral disorders. Has your child been tested? Learn more at leadsafeamerica.org.
Hey, it's Bill Cunningham, the Great American. Join me live on Sunday night beginning at 9. Now back to Toni and Gary in the morning on WBHP.
Hi, I'm Russ. And I'm Andy. Last Resort Guns. Ever popular Tactical Tuesday, every Tuesday. Coming up soon.
Check us out at lastresortguns.com or give us a call at 256-774-5741.
All right, what's going on at Last Resort?
Good old Last Resort Guns. Well, we have Tactical Tuesday on Saturday coming up tomorrow morning, early. And then they're going to have the bowling pin shoot. That's also tomorrow. But they're going to have the ladies' Tactical Tuesday on Monday, ladies only. And then also coming up on the 22nd of November.
Mm-hmm.
No, I'm sorry. I looked at the wrong. I'm in the wrong month.
What?
I'm still in October. Here we go. So it's the Hunt Club Bullets, Burgers, and Beer on Monday. I apologize,
yes.
ladies.
Mm-hmm.
Your class is on Thursday. That's the ladies only First Steps Pistol course. That's important. Mm-hmm. And there are 2 spaces left.
Really?
For that one.
Now let us give you a heads up on this too, because if you want to be involved in any of the different things that are going on at Last Resort, including date night and others, you need to go to their blog and go ahead and sign up in advance.
Yeah.
And
they fill up quick.
Mm-hmm, go to ToniandGary.com, and over on the left is a link to Last Resort. Then hit events, and go ahead and get signed up, because those, like I say, those things, they go fast. They get filled up fast. Now, with the expansion that they're putting in, Hopefully it'll be ready by Thanksgiving, I think he said, if I'm not mistaken.
I believe
Russ
that's what he said, yeah.
And that's going to give a lot more opportunity, a lot more space in order to
It's going to
have
open up
more
another
events.
4 lanes. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It really is.
It's a good thing.
All right, don't forget to get signed up for our football contest. Get your entries in. We'll talk about that when we come back. Don't go away.
When it comes to commercial vehicles, it's time to drill down to the details. If you're not driving the new Sprinter Worker from Mercedes-Benz, your van just isn't cutting it. The Sprinter Worker takes payload up a notch, carrying up to 3,512 pounds. Its cargo volume is cranked up too, with over 300 cubic feet of space. When it comes to safety, it's unmatched, but it's the price that'll really hammer it home. The new Sprinter Worker starts at just $32,495. It also has a service interval of up to 20,000 miles and the highest residual value in its class, according to ALG. Put that in your pipe and weld it. Huge capacity, small price, starting at just $32,495. The all-new Sprinter Worker, starting at only $32,495. Mercedes-Benz, vans born to run.
MSRP for a 2016 Sprinter Worker excludes all options, taxes, title, registration, transportation charge, and dealer prep. Options, model availability, and actual dealer price may vary. See dealer for details.
Say good morning to Keith Pinkerton. He is Mr. Electric. Now, Keith, every month we have severe weather in the Tennessee Valley. Power outages, a big problem. But you can help stop that.
That is correct. We can actually come in and install a whole house generator that automatically senses when the power goes off, takes you off the utility grid, and turns on the generator and powers up your house during a power outage. And when power comes back on, it senses it and shuts down the generator and puts you back on the utility grid.
And another important feature with Mr. Electric is making sure you're safe at home.
We actually have a home safety inspection, electrical home safety inspection that we do when we come out to your house, and and we inspect your whole electrical system, and we educate you about your electrical system, and if we see any code violations or anything that needs to be addressed, we'll give you a free upfront quote.
Call Mr. Electric today at 1-888-536-8119.
This is WBHP Huntsville, WHOS Decatur, and WDRM-FM HD2 Decatur, an iHeart radio station.
Fox News Radio, I'm Rich Dennison. The jet-carrying GOP vice presidential nominee Mike Pence skidded off a runway at New York's LaGuardia Airport last night. Airport officials say the plane was stopped by crushable concrete safety barriers designed to keep aircraft from overshooting the runway.
37 passengers and 11 crew were taken safely off.
Port Authority Executive Director Pat Foy. A confrontation between law enforcement and Native Americans protesting a planned oil pipeline in North Dakota has led to more than 100 arrests. The land skirts the Standing Rock Reservation, and opponents say it could endanger water supplies and disturb cultural sites. Police say a 19-year-old Texas A&M University student who rear-ended a police squad car told an officer she was taking a topless selfie. She posted bond after being charged with drunken driving and possessing alcohol as a minor. Fox News, we report, you decide.
This isn't just a commercial. It's a gift to anyone who's sick and tired of dealing with their hearing loss. Because we'll give everyone who calls a free trial of a life-changing hearing breakthrough called Listen Clear. Not only that, we'll also give you free shipping and free batteries for life. But you must call now. 1-800-913-2759. Listen Clear is precisely designed by top audio engineers to fit your ear almost invisibly. And you can adjust Listen Clear to find the perfect way to hear everything, wherever you are and whatever you're doing. Listen Clear is so small and discreet, most people won't even know you're wearing it. And it's so lightweight, you may even forget you're wearing it too. So if you're sick of dealing with your hearing loss, let us give you a 100% free home trial with free shipping and free batteries for life. For free information, call now. 1-800-913-2759. That's 1-800-913-2759. 1-800-913-2759.
Welcome to the Car Pro Show. I'm Jerry Reynolds.
The award-winning auto advice show, The Car Pro Show. Your source for straight talk and honest answers about everything automotive. Go to CarProUSA.com.
Saturdays noon to 3 and Sundays 9 to 11 a.m. on 800 and 1230 WBHP.
It's the final run-up to the election, and MSNBC will be there.
The choice could not be more stark.
It's a historic milestone no matter what happens in the campaign.
Like nothing I've seen in politics. It's choosing time.
MSNBC, the place for politics.
The traffic info you need now. Here's a WBHP Time Saver traffic update.
This report is brought to you by Compassion International.
Traffic looking good this morning around Athens and around Decatur. We're not spotting any problems on 565. Things moving okay on the Parkway. No problems heading over Chapman Mountain on Highway 72. I'm Captain Carl in the Hardee's Traffic Center.
There is a little boy or girl living in poverty right now. They don't have enough to eat, are sick, and can't go to school. And you can release them from that poverty when you become a sponsor with Compassion International. Find out how at compassion.com/radio.
Gary Dobbs here, talking with Bo Thomas of Thomas HVAC. And Bo, you've got a very special offer this time of year.
We've got a special going right now. Our precision tune-ups, a $260 value. We're going to offer those on sale right now for a limited time only for $79. We'll come out, we'll check everything, we'll clean the entire system, we'll make sure it's running at peak performance, make sure we're getting all the efficiency out of it. It'll restore the capacity.
Save some money.
Save some money on the energy cost, and make sure we're doing everything we can so it doesn't break down.
Now, can they make an appointment with you online?
They can call our office, 256-858-4822. They can go online to coolhuntsville.com, get our phone number there, or schedule the appointment right there online.
So it's the Toni and Gary tune-up special.
That's right.
$79.
$79 right now.
At Thomas HVAC.
Say good morning to Janet Kinchelow Martin, Calhoun Community College. And Janet, let's talk about people who may be a class or two away from graduating.
We're going back through records and have discovered that we've got a lot of students that were Calhoun students at one point, but for whatever reason they either transferred before they got their associate's degree, or they maybe had to drop out because of life happening, and they were a class or two from graduating and maybe didn't realize how close they were. So we're kind of reclaiming those individuals. If you think that you are a class or two, or you're not certain, we're asking them to contact our advising center. And even if they've gone on to a 4-year institution, they can transfer those credits back and we will still award their associate's degree. And someone might say, well, why is that important if they're at a 4-year institution now? Well, again, as I said earlier, sometimes life happens. And so if you have enough credits to get that associate's degree, we will award that. You have that degree in hand, and then you can go on and do, what goes on beyond that.
Log on to calhoun.edu to register today.
Hey, it's Clyde Lewis. Join me for Ground Zero tonight at 9 on 800 and 1230 WBHP.
I'm Chris Haley with Haley's Flooring and Interiors and Liberty Safes, and we will be giving away a Liberty Tactical Gun Safe, an $1,100 value. Listen for details.
The Toni and Gary SEC Football Pick'em Contest. Find out more online at tonyandgary.com and listen weekdays 5 to 8 a.m. here on 800 and 1230 WBHP.
People are strange when you're a stranger. Faces look ugly when you're alone. Women seem wicked when you're unwanted. Streets are uneven when you're down. When you're strange, faces come out of the rain. When you're strange, no one remembers your name.
6:06, yeah, some people are strange.
Yeah, they are.
All right, let's see here. Caitlyn Jenner. Speaking of strange, having a birthday today, 67. That would be Bruce Jenner to most. Bill Gates, 61. Julia Roberts, 49. She's almost 50. Hard to believe that. Yeah. Dennis Franz from NYPD Blue is 72.
Good grief.
1980 on this date, Republican nominee Ronald Reagan asked voters during a debate with Jimmy Carter, "Are you better off than you were 4 years ago?"
Not no, but hell no.
On Tuesday, the Butterball Turkey Talk Line goes live.
Oh, good. I've been waiting to talk to Butterball people for a year.
Have you?
No, not really.
November 6th, daylight saving time ends, so you fall back 1 hour.
Yep.
Let's see, when is that?
I hate that.
It's a week from this Sunday, right?
Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm. So that means a week from tomorrow night, when you go to bed, you're going to fall back an hour.
Mm-hmm.
And then the election is following Tuesday on the 8th.
And about 25% of you will be late to church.
On that Sunday, yes.
That's the latest percentage
the Fonz,
I saw that.
Henry Winkler will be 71 on Sunday.
Wow.
That's hard to believe.
For those of you too young to know who the Fonz is, Henry Winkler would be the coach in Waterboy.
I've never seen that movie.
You've never... you don't like Adam Sandler.
But,
that's a funny movie.
But actually, the Fonz, Henry Winkler, Happy Days.
Yes.
That's what made him famous.
Well, of course.
Not Waterboy.
Well, people my age probably only know him from Waterboy.
Really?
I would imagine.
And if you wonder about museums, a lot of talk about Russia, there are 50,000 bottles of vodka in Moscow's vodka museum. They have a vodka museum.
Well, I guess so. That's a big deal in Russia.
It is a big deal, yeah. A lot of people die drinking that vodka.
Yes, they do.
Well,
you can get some nasty tasting vodka coming out of Russia. I'm just here to tell you.
You know that?
Oh, yeah. That used to be, way back when, my drink of choice was vodka.
Vodka?
And now I can't even stomach the good stuff, much less
All right,
rock good. Go ahead.
So we're going to do a couple of quizzes.
Okay.
Halloween coming up. Ween, double E. So these are real easy, or a lot easier than the cats were. These are all 4-letter words and have a double E in there. That just about gives you the answer.
It really does.
Cattle meat.
Yeah.
Proof of ownership.
Uh-huh.
A ship's beam. Let me see here.
Now, wait a minute. These are 4-letter words. They have 2 E's in them.
Yes. That's right.
Okay.
I'm just about giving you the whole answer.
We just need 2 letters.
We need 2 letters. That's it. To pay attention. A shoe's rear part. Shoe fillers. I like that one.
Oh.
I like that one.
That took me a little longer than it should have.
It should have, yes. All right. The first 2 people who call in and want family 4-packs to Tate Farms for this weekend will get them. In addition, in our regular prize, we'll have a family 4-pack. But if you want to go to Tate Farms this weekend, last weekend, call now. The first 2 people who call win the tickets.
256-534-3521 and 309-2313.
All right, let's go to, this should be the bombshell that sinks the Clinton campaign. All this stuff about...
This is like the 7th one.
Bill Clinton, Inc., and how much money he took.
Yeah.
From the foundation. He wasn't getting a check from the foundation. When they say, well, we didn't get any money from they're right.
Well,
they just got people who donated to the foundation to write him a check.
You don't need to get a check from the foundation when you're stuffing your pockets full
of money
at the speeches.
Yeah. And not only that, you're getting all the perks like we told you yesterday about, they went to India to feed 250 kids, and they ended up staying in a resort that was $13,000 a night and all that other. Plus, we now have all of the paperwork, or a lot of the paperwork, probably not all of it, but a lot of the paperwork from the State Department and what Hillary Clinton spent while she was there. It truly is amazing to actually see how much money they have blown on crystal and, living the high life, and most of it on our tax dollar. It really is crazy. All right, so let's get to Ed Henry and these newly released emails of Bill Clinton, Inc. Here we go.
So Ed Henry joins us from Washington. So Ed, we've got some breaking news on all of this and some pretty big stories. Some of these, fall to the wayside. Others stand out in a big way. Tell us why this does.
Yeah, well, let me start with the DNC and what appears to be, or flat out is, coordination between the Clinton campaign and the Democratic National Committee before Hillary Clinton even announced that she was running for president. Remember, The White House in December of 2014 and the Democratic National Committee insisted they were neutral in this entire race. We learned later that wasn't true. Now we're getting even more evidence. An email between Robbie Mook and Cheryl Mills. These are obviously two very senior aides to Hillary Clinton. December 2014, quote, I will definitely have a conversation with her once David Seamus, the political director at the White House, gets DWS, Debbie Wasserman Schultz, and Amy, her chief of staff, aligned. That word, aligned. I also want to get her help on Iowa planning next week. Planning about the Iowa caucuses in December of 2014, the Clinton camp working with the Democratic National Committee and the White House. Bernie Sanders should call his office and check into some of this stuff because he hasn't really said very much about all of this. But remember in this past summer at the Democratic Convention, because of previous WikiLeaks, Debbie Wasserman Schultz had to basically resign, was forced out at Bernie Sanders urging that she be fired, but he hasn't said much since then. He's been campaigning for Hillary Clinton. This suggests they rigged this long before Hillary Clinton even announced. And it draws the White House in because David Seamus, is mentioned throughout this email exchange. And so the White House keeps saying, and has said for months and more than a year that they were neutral in the race. They were working with Hillary Clinton's camp. The context here is they were working on hiring someone to focus on general election planning efforts. Fine, the White House wants a Democrat to be elected in the general election. We get that. But it was supposed to be, could be Bernie Sanders, could be Martin O'Malley, let's not forget about him, could be Hillary Clinton. No, the White House, the DNC, were working with the Clinton campaign. This is now revealed for all the world to see.
I mean, to think about it, you just have to put the shoe on the other foot. I mean, what if the RNC had been essentially in bed with any one of the many candidates who stood on that stage early in this process, or with Donald Trump? There would have been absolute outrage. Other big headline today.
Hang on right there, just on that. And Bernie Sanders is not saying a word. He's out there campaigning for Hillary Clinton. You talk about a sellout.
Yeah, he is.
And everything that has come forward now that they were colluding, which is, I thought, illegal campaign finance stuff, but nobody seems to be investigating. Nobody cares. The media doesn't care. So it was politics. So what? Blah, blah, blah.
Was that Martha McCallum?
Yes.
Well, she pointed out, had it been the RNC, it would have been a totally different story.
Oh, yeah. The media would have jumped all over that. Now the second story. Go ahead.
Other big headline today is Clinton Incorporated and Doug Band and what he was working behind the scenes to make sure that Bill Clinton became a very wealthy man when he left office.
Well, and Martha, you and Bill have been highlighting this every day for the last couple of weeks, and we did some of these emails last week. Others are catching up on it, and basically it talks about how Bill Clinton was not just raising money for the Clinton Foundation for all these great works that you hear Hillary Clinton talk about in the debates, and the debate with Chris Wallace in particular, but instead was then pocketing money himself and getting gifts. We talked about that email last week, that Bill Clinton, according to Doug Band, a Clinton intimate who was on the inside, 2011 email said Bill Clinton was collecting money from at least 3 sponsors of the Clinton Global Initiative, money in his pocket, and took big gifts that were in the Clinton home. Now the Wall Street Journal has a new memo talking about Clinton getting speaking fees and other things because of Clinton Foundation contacts, quote, yielded more than $30 million for him personally, with $66 million to be paid out over the next 9 years should he choose to continue with the current engagement. So the context here is that Doug Band was under fire from Chelsea Clinton. And by the way, she is a good actor in all of this. Chelsea Clinton was tipped off in 2011 that there was a lot of bad stuff happening at the Clinton Foundation. She blew the whistle, number one.
She may have blown the whistle, but Bill Clinton collected the money.
Yeah.
So...
yeah, she didn't blow hard enough.
If she was blowing the whistle on things going on, he still knew where the money was coming from, and he still put it in his pocket. Go ahead.
Bad stuff happened at the Clinton Foundation. She blew the whistle, number one. She went to and had them do an audit with a big New York law firm to say what's going on here, and went after Doug Band. So Doug Band was firing back. And among the things he said in various emails is, if you want to come after me over conflict of interest, he said, because he has this consulting company, Teneo, that was allegedly making money off the foundation. He said at one point, Martha, there are 500, his number, 500 different conflicts of interest at the Clinton Foundation. Go after that. Don't just go after me. So that's the context. This is big stuff, Martha.
It is.
But the media doesn't care. So basically, there were these people that were with Bill Clinton, and they used their private consulting firm, to steer millions in business to Bill Clinton while raising funds for the Clinton Foundation. They even called it Bill Clinton Inc.
Yeah.
Because he put in over $100 million in his pocket, gifts for their home and everything else.
Wow.
So Teneo,
Yet she still stole lamps from the State Department.
So Teneo, the partners, had raised in excess of $8 million for the foundation, and then they generated over $3 million in paid speeches. So what they were doing is the Doug Band, who owned this company, right? He was getting his cut.
Right.
Bill Clinton was getting his cut on the speeches. And then these people were also putting money into the Clinton Foundation for access.
Isn't Band the guy we talked about a couple of weeks ago being Bill Clinton's left-hand man?
Yeah. He was been with him from the beginning, from the 90s.
And Chelsea was going after him?
And
I bet that was nasty.
So the consulting company, which was formed by Doug Band, the memo about its activities showed the intersections between private business, Bill Clinton, the State Department. In one arrangement, they introduced this other guy, Bob McCann, the head of UBS Wealth Management, introduced him to Clinton in 2009. And after that meeting, McCann donated hundreds of thousands to the foundation and gave Bill Clinton hundreds of thousands for paid speeches for access. Another arrangement was the Laureate Foundation. You know, that's the one, school that made him an honorary chancellor, paid him millions and millions and millions of dollars while
$16 million.
Yeah, while having business in front of Hillary Clinton.
Yep.
That was favorable. And
by the way, that
go ahead.
Apparently was a shell because we can find nobody who went to the Laureate.
And on top of that, as soon as it came forward that this was all happening, Bill Clinton resigned and the school shut down.
Yeah, that's right.
You know, so it is very convoluted, you know, but so many people are in the pocket of so many other people.
That's the way they thought they'd be able to keep it under wraps. It's convoluted on purpose. They did all of that on purpose to try and keep it under wraps.
Yes.
Unfortunately, WikiLeaks comes along. But fortunately for the Clintons, the media don't care.
The media doesn't care. All right, let's go to the phone and talk to George. Hey, George, how are you?
Hey, good morning. How are y'all?
Good. You ready to head to Tate Farms?
Yeah, I got two little granddaughters, one 4, one 1-year-old, and I think they'll enjoy that a lot.
Yeah, they will.
All right, George. Well, they'll be ready for you to pick up today, okay?
Okay, I'll be out there to get them.
Thank you,
appreciate
George.
it.
And
Thanks.
Joe. Hey, Joe.
Hey, good morning. How y'all doing?
Good.
You know, they're trying to make it look like Chelsea Clinton squeaky clean. She's just as daggone dirty as all the Clintons are. You know, saying that, well, she blew the whistle. She ain't blew the whistle. She's just trying to make herself look good.
Well, you know, because she wants to stay at the Clinton Foundation, and about 6 months ago they were talking about how Bill, Hillary, and Chelsea would not be involved in the foundation anymore. Well, if she's squeaky clean, then she can stay, right?
Yeah, she can stay there and turn it around.
Yeah,
Well, I mean,
weird.
With their connections and everything. I mean, you know, she went to work for NBC or CBS or one of them news networks. Didn't do anything. Got paid a ton of money.
That'd
and
be
then she
NBC.
got on the board for the Clinton Foundation, getting paid a ton of money. I mean, she ain't about to hand the pizza.
Oh yeah, no, she wants to make the same kind of money that her mom and dad does.
A whistleblower is the wrong terminology for what she did. Yes, she may have told somebody, listen, there's some stuff going on, but it wasn't to blow the whistle. It was to keep her daddy out of trouble.
That's right. That's all it was.
You're exactly right there, man. That's exactly what she was doing, covering her behind.
That's right. Well, Joe, your Tate Farms passes will be ready today. You can come by and pick them up.
All right, I appreciate that. Y'all have a great day and have a great weekend.
You too. Thank you. We'll take a quick break.
Real quick, I have a prediction. If Hillary Clinton somehow becomes president, the Clintons will be billionaires when they leave office.
And let me say this, that Chaffetz said yesterday that they have 2 years worth of investigations.
Yeah, I saw that.
To put forward on Hillary Clinton if she becomes
I
president.
saw that. How about? Let me tell you what, Jason Chaffetz. I've lost a little respect for him. He's good, but if you have 2 years worth of investigation, support somebody other than Hillary Clinton
for president.
For goodness sakes.
Never Trumpers better come home, or
I just don't get it. I really don't.
I don't either. We'll take a break. We'll be back. Don't go away.
She tells me all the time, you know.
On your smartphone, download the free iHeartRadio app and listen anywhere in the U.S.
And listen on your computer free anywhere in the world.
And we're on HD Radio 102.1-2. And don't forget to like our Facebook page, facebook.com/Toni and Gary.
It's the morning show with Toni and Gary on 800 and 1230 WBHP. Gary Dobbs here talking with Stuart Tanksley of Pro Fence of the Tennessee Valley. Stuart, tell us what you do.
We build just about any kind of fence you want within reason, obviously. We try to ensure that our customers get what they pay for and they get the best value. I like to sell people on quality instead of price, but there's an old adage that says, you get what you pay for. And, that's something that we're proud to stand behind. We build a better quality product by taking extra steps and extra measures that we don't charge extra for. And, being a small business versus some of our competitors, we don't have the huge overhead.
And with lower overhead, you can pass that savings along to your customers. So give ProFence a call. Talk to Stuart Tanksley. The number is 584-0092. That's 256-584-0092. If you want a fence built right and you want to save money, you need to be talking to ProFence.
Investments in securities involves the risk of loss. The following is a far too common tale of investing in annuities. A successful couple invested a large portion of their savings in annuities, thinking they were a safe way to guarantee a dependable income stream no matter what the market did. But it didn't take long for them to regret their decision. They were locked into low returns, faced potential tax consequences, and that they couldn't get out of their annuities without paying huge penalties. They were stuck, and so was their money. Suddenly, their retirement hopes and dreams were in danger. But it didn't have to happen to them, and it doesn't have to happen to you. You can avoid the annuity trap. Here's one way. Get the free report, Annuity Insights, your guide to better understanding annuities, by calling 1-800-396-3336. Written by Forbes columnist and money manager Ken Fisher's firm. This powerful report could help save you from major financial heartache, and it's offered today for free. If you have an annuity or are considering one, claim your free annuities guide today. Hurry, free copies are limited. Call now, 1-800-396-3336. 1-800-396-3336.
Type in your favorite band, AC/DC, and boom. iHeartRadio creates a custom artist station that'll shake you all night long. And did I mention artist stations are commercial free, always. Perfect for those about to rock. Plus, the more you thumb up and down songs, the more iHeartRadio fine-tunes your station. You'll be all your favorite music, all your favorite stations, all free. Listen at iHeartRadio.com or download our free iHeartRadio app.
The traffic info you need now. Here's a WBHP Time Saver traffic update.
This report is brought to you by New Car Alternative.
We're off to a good start this morning around Athens and around Decatur. We're not spotting any problems on 565. Traffic looking good on the Parkway. No problems heading over Chapman Mountain on 72. I'm Captain Carl in the Hardee's Traffic Center.
New Car Alternative is your buy here, pay here alternative. From economy to luxury, New Car Alternative has it all. 408 Jordan Lane, Huntsville, newcaralternative.com, or find us on Facebook. New Car Alternative, where everybody rides.
Guys, when it comes to grooming, we're no longer interested in discount chains and unisex salons. Men nowadays demand the warm, personal atmosphere of the barbershop of days gone by, while enjoying man-sized leather chairs, big screen TVs, and a cold drink. Rooster's Men's Grooming Center has it all for you. They're located at 475 Providence Main Street in Huntsville. Give them a call at Rooster's Men's Grooming Center at 489-0886. If you're looking for one of the finest dining experiences in the Tennessee Valley, if you're looking for the best, absolute best steaks and the freshest seafood, look no further. Nick's Ristorante on Bailey Cove Road, south of Weatherly in Huntsville, is the place for you. Go by and see our buddy Nick and all the family there waiting to serve you with the best food that Huntsville has seen in years and years at Nick's Ristorante on Bailey Cove Road, just south of Weatherly.
Maddie, what are you doing? How do you like the new sign? Sutton and Daughters Furniture? Does Daddy know about this? Well, we can't call it Sutton and Sons because we don't have any brothers. And besides, we've helped Daddy in the store practically since we were babies. Sutton and Daughters, that has a nice ring to it. Finally, some respect around here. Laren, this could be the start of a new trend. Either that or World War III.
The brands you trust, like Flexsteel, Hooker, and Lexington, at a price you'll love.
That's because Daddy said sell it.
Sutton Furniture.
Highway 72 in Athens.
From the Exergen Temporal Thermometer Weather Center.
Now, your official WBHP Weather Center forecast.
This report is brought to you by Unbound.
I'm WHNT News 19 meteorologist Jake Reed. Friday morning starting off cool, but we warm quickly to near 80 degrees by lunchtime. Expect highs between 80 and 85 this afternoon. Beautiful weather for high school football tonight. Temperatures near 70 at kickoff. Take my forecast in WBHP with you everywhere. Download the free iHeartRadio app at WBHPAM.com.
Right now, there's a girl in India who has dreams bigger than her village. Right now, there's an elder in Guatemala who dreams of a life of greater dignity and less loneliness. You can help change the future of one person in a single moment. Begin the change at unbound.org.
If you're drowning in IRS debt and can't afford to pay, then you need to take advantage of special IRS tax programs that are available and free yourself from IRS collection efforts once and for all. Due to the financial hardship consumers are facing during the decline in the U.S. economy, the Internal Revenue Service has made it easier to settle delinquent tax problems. An open phone line has been established by Community Tax for consumers to call and see if they qualify. Take down this number or put it in your cell phone, but call the Community Tax Helpline at 800-578-2415. If you owe back taxes to the IRS and can't afford to pay them back, or you even have years of unfiled returns, there's no need to fear anymore. But you have to call the Community Tax Helpline today at 800-578-2415 for the help that you need. Don't take on the IRS alone. They can attack your wages, pension, savings, home, and even your Social Security check. Call 1-800-578-2415 for your free consultation and to see if you qualify. That's 1-800-578-2415.
WBHP is available everywhere you want to listen on our free iHeartRadio app. Download it now.
Good morning. I'm James Doggett with Peppers Moving Company, where our mission is to provide the most stress-free and exciting relocation experience ever. Call us at 256-534-6116.
Peppers Moving Company, what a great family business. 73 years in business. Wow. If you're moving anything, if you're moving across town or across the state, anywhere, they can help you out with this. They're helping me with the project, and they are just fantastic people. Just a great family business. Think about it. 73 years in business.
Got to be doing something right.
You know, we've talked to people who their grandparents used Peppers.
Yeah.
You know, passed down from generation to generation. James is a great guy. Phone number is?
256-534-6116.
Speaking of great guys with great parties, let's talk to Nick. Hey, Nick, how are you?
Hey, buongiorno.
You got a big party happening tomorrow night, huh?
Oh, this is the weekend, indeed. 6th anniversary Halloween costume party tomorrow night at Nick's Ristorante. Nothing but lots of fun and ghoulish fun tomorrow night. We got it all decorated up. It's gonna be fun. We starting early. Great prices on food and drinks all night long. Chef Tom's put together a fresh catch and special dessert, pumpkin cheesecake with a nice. Oh yes, indeed. You know, pumpkin pie by itself and cheesecake by itself are good, but you combine a pumpkin cheesecake, put a spiced creme fraiche over the top. Gonna be yummy.
That's amazing. Now,
so yeah,
people better make their reservations.
We're cranking up about 6 o'clock tomorrow night, and costume prizes. The drawing will be at 9 p.m. tomorrow. So I know a lot of people already got their costumes ready, and Halloween's not just for kids. That's for sure.
No, you know what? Your big Halloween party is always a hit. People we talk to say it's always so much fun. And you get to dress up, and you get great food and prizes. I mean, what more could you ask for? But people better make reservations.
You please do. Give us a call, 256-489-8280. And it's always fun when we have the anniversary and Halloween party, because there's always a few couples who like to come out and think we're just going to have our normal and nice romantic dinner for two.
Mm-hmm.
If it's their first time, they're a little taken aback when they see all the staff, because they dress up too, you know.
Yes, they do.
So it's not the norm, but it's fun.
It is a lot of fun, Nick. You have a great weekend.
We sure will, and you all too. And party down at Nick's.
There you go.
This weekend. We'll see you. Ciao.
6th anniversary.
That's huge.
Halloween party.
Yeah.
Make reservations. Nick's is on South Bailey Cove, just south of Weatherly in Huntsville, and it is the food is beyond anything you could imagine. What's your number again?
The number over at Nick's Ristorante is 256-489-8280.
Well, let's go to Tricia. Hey, Tricia.
Hi, how are you?
Good, how are
Friday
you?
morning, TNC. I was calling to answer one of your double E words, which is heel, which is the rear part of a shoe.
That's what it is. The show's rear part is the heel. Very good. Thank you, Tricia.
Thanks.
Have a great day. With all this, sexual assault and this and that, people are coming out of the woodwork.
Yeah, they are.
So here's this woman who claims she was sexually assaulted in virtual reality.
Huh?
Yeah. So she was trying out new technology for the first time. It's a game called QUI VR. I'm not sure what it is. But allegedly...
VR stands for virtual reality.
Okay, so while she was doing this virtual reality game, she said there was this man using the pseudonym Big Bro 442 that virtually groped her.
Now listen, virtually suggests, Ms. Lowry, that she didn't actually get touched. Is that what happened?
That's what happened. Yeah, in virtual reality, yes. I guess you put on one of those things over your eyes where everything looks like it's real.
My little brother's got one of those that hooks up to his PlayStation or something.
So she wrote, in between a wave of zombies and demons to shoot down, I was hanging out next to Big Bro 442 waiting for our next attack.
Yeah.
And suddenly Big Bro's 442's disembodied helmet faced me dead on. His floating hand approached my body, and I was sexually harassed by this virtual reality guy. Now,
did she complain to police? Or is this just a...
Well, she said she was screaming stop over her microphone. but this failed to deter this guy, this bro, whatever.
Come on, bro.
Now,
don't touch me, bro.
And she said, I must have laughed from embarrassment because this goaded him on. And even when I turned away from him, he chased me around in virtual reality.
He just thought you were playing hard to get.
Yeah. And there I was being virtually groped.
Did she have to run? If she was running in virtual reality, did she have to physically run?
No, just in virtual reality.
She just had to think about it.
Well, she just had to try to make herself run in virtual reality.
Oh, I am confused. I'm just here to tell
Let me just say this. The Doors, people are strange. And
she's a stranger.
She called the police.
Really?
Yes.
And what'd they say?
Well, it doesn't say what they said.
I can see their face. I hope to goodness that shows up on the TV show Cops.
It just gives you a headache.
What kind of person does it take to complain about something that isn't real?
Well, somebody who's not quite all there.
That's great.
Some of these, and it makes you wonder how we're raising our kids. Seriously.
I bet you Donald Trump and Bill Clinton have already got theirs on order. Their QVR or whatever it's called.
Really?
I bet money they got it on.
All right.
At least Bill.
At least Bill does.
Yeah.
We'll take a break. I'd have to say somebody who's married to Melania, probably not.
I always say that, but that's not how it works.
That's not how it works.
Unfortunately.
You're right.
Some guys just can't handle it.
We'll take a break. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
Don't touch me, bro.
No.
That's virtually real.
No, let me scream in my virtual microphone. No, stop.
On your smartphone, download the free iHeartRadio app and listen anywhere in the U.S.
And listen on your computer free anywhere in the world.
And we're on HD Radio 102.1-2. And don't forget to like our Facebook page, facebook.com/Toni and Gary.
It's the morning show with Toni and Gary on 800 and 1230 WBHP.
I'm Kerry Rosenblum with Rosenblum Realty, and it's football season again, and that means I'll be giving away $50 cash to one lucky Toni and Gary listener each week.
The Toni and Gary SEC Football Pick'em Contest. Find out more online at ToniandGary.com and listen weekdays 5 to 8 a.m. here on 800 and 1230 WBHP.
Hello, Americans. I'm Todd Starnes with this Fox News and Commentary next.
Wildfires, hurricanes, tornadoes, earthquakes, a crashing economy. Are you ready? At best, your local stores have a 3-day supply of food. Will your family have to fight over what's left? Be wise and be ready with 25-year shelf life Wise Food Storage. Try it free. Order a no-obligation free sample meal, and for a limited time, get a 20% discount and free shipping on all orders. Call for your free sample now. 800-787-1010. 800-787-1010.
If teenagers could vote, Donald Trump would be the next president of these great United States. After School, which calls itself the nation's largest teen-focused social network, held a mock election online. Trump won their unscientific poll, beating Hillary Clinton 47% to 32%. More than 100,000 teenagers in all 50 states participated. They say the selfie generation loves the Donald because he's a political outsider. Mr. Trump won a similar poll that was conducted in the state of Alabama. I suspect many young people are smart enough to know that 8 years of Democratic rule has left the country in ruins. They see their parents struggling to pay the bills. They see their older siblings still living at home with college diplomas hanging on the wall. They understand that hope and change was not for the better. It was for the worse. I'm Todd Starnes.
Are bill collectors harassing you nonstop? You have the power to make them stop. Seize that power. This is Attorney Russell Crumley. Call the Tennessee Valley Law Call at 855-256-LAWS. This free service has answers to many of your legal questions, including information on bankruptcy and making them stop. Call 855-256-LAWS.
Call toll-free 855-256-LAWS or go to WBHPAM.com. Powered by Crumley Law Firm and WBHP.
Representation is made that the quality of legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
Ace is a place with the helpful hardware, folks.
You need to switch to LEDs.
I told Brad some of our LED light bulbs are on sale for less than $2 per bulb.
Ace is a place where you can save money when buying LEDs and save energy and the environment. It's a start.
Head to Ace now through Monday and get a 3-pack of Fight 60-watt LED bulbs for $5.99 with instant savings. That's less than $2 per bulb. Offer valid through October 31st at participating stores. Ace Rewards members save $1 instantly in store. Store stock only. See store for details.
Welcome to Geico's Motorcycle Meanderings.
Oh man, this is great. I sure saved a lot of money by switching to Geico. I scored some big savings, and now I can use their mobile app 24/7 for all sorts of stuff. Life just makes sense now. What doesn't make sense is if a highway splits, it's a fork in the road, then wouldn't the long straight stretch be a knife in the road? And then wouldn't a cul-de-sac be a spoon in the road? What would a spork be?
Geico Motorcycle. Savings that make sense.
As a busy parent, taking your child's temperature shouldn't be as stressful as fighting through traffic. With the Exergen Temporal Scanner Thermometer, one gentle scan of the forehead is all it takes. If only the commute were that easy. Pick one up at Target or other fine retailers.
The Train Comfort Specialist. He's so reliable that buses set their schedules to him. Once, he was the best man for a guy he didn't even know. He's never used a snooze button. the unstoppable train comfort specialist. Just one more reason why it's hard to stop a train.
And now, with new technology to combat bacteria, viruses, and allergens, will be even harder to stop. I'm Bo Thomas, and I am your train comfort specialist. Call Thomas HVAC today, 256-858-4822, or go to coolhuntsville.com.
Speed limit 55. Right turn only. Exit here. With some signs, it's clear what you're supposed to do. But heart attack warning signs aren't always this obvious. They can feel like arm pain, nausea, dizziness, shortness of breath, fatigue. If you experience the warning signs, call 911 and know that you can count on the accredited chest pain center at Crestwood Medical Center for nationally recognized heart care.
In the market for a new or pre-owned RV? Let us help you. Hi, this is Chase with Bankston Motorhomes. For over 46 years, my family has helped thousands of people just like you enjoy the RVing lifestyle. Whether you are taking a trip to the beach, exploring the West, tailgating, or just going on a weekend trip with your family, we have something for you. View all of our inventory online at bankstonmotorhomes.com or stop by any of Bankston's 5 locations here in North Alabama and Southern Tennessee.
It's home improvement time.
Brighten up your home outdoors or indoors with Inline Lighting, one of our great team of home experts right here in the Tennessee Valley. Their showroom is one of the top 10 in the nation, and they have an amazing array of LEDs that can save you money. Look for Inline Lighting at WBHPAM.com. Keyword Home Experts.
It's the final run-up to the election, and MSNBC will be there.
The choice could not be more stark.
It's a historic milestone no matter what happens in the campaign.
Like nothing I've seen in politics. It's choosing time.
MSNBC, the place for politics.
The traffic info you need now. Here's a WBHP Time Saver traffic update.
This report is brought to you by Boys and Girls Club of America.
We're off to a good start this morning around Athens and around Decatur. We're not spotting any problems on 565. Traffic looking good on the Parkway. No problems heading over Chapman Mountain on 72. I'm Captain Carl in the Hardee's Traffic Center.
It's 3 p.m. School's out for America's kids. And when school's out, clubs are in. It's time to support the Boys and Girls Clubs. Visit greatfutures.org.
Here talking with Stuart Tanksley of Pro Fence of the Tennessee Valley. Stuart, tell us what you do.
We build just about any kind of fence you want within reason, obviously. We try to ensure that our customers get what they pay for and they get the best value. I like to sell people on quality instead of price, but there's an old adage that says, you get what you pay for. And, that's something that we're proud to stand behind. We build a better quality product by taking extra steps and extra measures that we don't charge extra for. And, being a small business versus some of our competitors, we don't have the huge overhead.
And with lower overhead, you can pass that savings along to your customers. So give ProFence a call. Talk to Stuart Tanksley. The number is 584-0092. That's 256-584-0092. If you want a fence built right and you want to save money, you need to be talking to ProFence.
Can't hear your favorite shows on the radio? Then listen to WBHP on your phone with the free iHeartRadio app.
Hey, this is Bo Thomas with Thomas HVAC Company. It's football season. That means I'll be giving away $100 in cash to one Toni and Gary listener each week.
The Toni and Gary SEC Football Pick'em Contest. Find out more online at ToniandGary.com and listen weekdays 5 to 8 a.m. here on 800 and 1230 WBHP.
Welcome back to the morning show. Okay, what are we giving away?
$40 for Popeye's Cajun Fried Chicken. Movie passes for 2 at Hollywood 18. Family 4-pack to the Botanical Gardens. $20 from Dunkin' Donuts, Huntsville and Madison.
And a day pass to the range at Last Resort Guns, County Line Road in Madison.
All you have to do is call us. At the end of the show, we'll draw from all the people who have called in, and that person wins.
534-3521 and 309-2313.
And we've added prizes. We have a family 4-pack to Tate Farms. Lots of prizes to give away. We're going to play Family Feud. Halloween version. You ready? The top 6 answers. Name a Halloween prank. Name a Halloween prank. prank.
Oh.
Top 6 answers.
Thought it'd give me some good ideas.
Don't give the kiddies any ideas. Phone numbers are
256-534-3521 and 309-2313.
So you remember that FBI agent we talked about earlier in the week whose wife was running for the Senate in Virginia, and then Terry McAuliffe, the governor, had given her a whole lot of money, and then the FBI agent got
promoted
to deputy director of the FBI, and then he just happened to be part of the investigation into the Clinton emails. Mm-hmm.
Whole bunch of a string of coincidences.
Yes. Now we find out that the headliner for the fundraiser for the Political Action Committee that gave the $500,000 to the wife of the FBI official, you know who the headliner was?
Bill Clinton.
Hillary Clinton.
Hillary Clinton.
Hillary Clinton herself headlined the fundraiser for the PAC that steered the money, $500,000. This is just one. She got almost $1 million, but this is just one PAC.
Mm-hmm.
To the wife of the FBI official who oversaw the Clinton email investigation.
Wonder how much Hillary got paid for that speech.
I don't know.
Because you know she didn't do it for free.
No, she didn't. It was the Common Good Virginia state PAC run by Terry McAuliffe, the governor. So this woman's husband, Andrew McCabe, led the FBI investigation into Clinton's emails after he was promoted to deputy director.
Which made him the chief investigator, right?
I'm not sure if he was the chief
investigator. That's what I heard yesterday.
That he was the chief investigator?
That's what Fox News called him.
Oh, my gosh.
The chief investigator.
Now, she didn't win, but all that money, Hillary Clinton herself being the headliner of the fundraiser.
Well, it doesn't matter whether she won or not. What matters is that he was at the FBI after his wife was funneled nearly $1 million.
And then he got to investigate.
And then he investigated the headliner of his wife's event. Boy, I tell you, this would just... I bet President Nixon. How do I forget his name?
Wishes he had an FBI
Nixon
like this.
Is just, I mean, I bet it looks like a tornado in his casket right now. It's just spinning.
Saying, wait a minute. After everything you did to me?
I mean, he was like a minister compared to what Hillary Clinton's doing.
Oh, I know. Let's go to Marcel. Hey, Marcel, how are you?
I'm fine. Good morning.
Good morning.
Call in and say happy Friday.
You too. Woohoo. Have a great weekend.
Talk to you later.
All right.
Thank you.
And Brian. Hey, Brian.
Hey, good morning. My Halloween pranks. How about poll manipulations?
Well, speaking of which, so here's this guy, Robert Doherty from Jacksonville, North Carolina, who's bragged on Facebook. I have all of his Facebook posts here. Bragged on Facebook about how he committed voter fraud. He said he voted for some of his Facebook friends using their identities and told them not to worry about voting because he'd already done it for them. And he was showing he said, every time you vote, you get a sticker just like this one. Look at all these I've gotten.
Good grief.
There isn't a need for you to wait in line anymore. I took care of it. Gave you a straight Democratic ticket. Amazing how many addresses you get from Google. Going again until Saturday and all week.
Until Saturday?
And all week. And he thinks I hope they've arrested this guy.
Probably not.
Probably not. They're probably going, just social media, no big deal.
He's a liberal hero.
Amazing.
Well, yep. On my prank's going to be this coming Tuesday. I saved one of my I voted stickers, so I'm going to walk in the office with that on Tuesday and see how many people I can get to think that the voting it would be Tuesday instead of a week from it.
That's a good. That's a good prank.
You need to be careful, though.
There was a local host in town that got investigated over saying that the election was a day when it wasn't.
Careful. You get them. Of course, you're careful. You get them in a little bit of a panic first, and then you tell them it's just a joke, so that they don't go running out to their poll or anything like that.
Well, surely you can wait till they get nearly to the poll. I mean, that's funny.
Well, the only The only prank that I ever heard of on Halloween was one I never did. I found it very distasteful, but you put something nasty in a brown paper sack and set it on fire and then ring the doorbell so they stomp it out.
Is that on your list, Ms. Lowry?
I'm sorry.
I knew you weren't paying any attention to us.
What was it?
Putting something nasty and smelly inside a brown paper bag and then setting it on fire on somebody's porch.
That is on the list,
What does it say on the list?
Let's see here. Hang on a minute.
I can't wait to see how it's worded.
Ringing doorbells, running away is all it says.
That's all it says?
Yes,
Oh,
it doesn't say.
They left out the good part.
That you stomped what was in the paper bag because somebody let it on fire. Something from your dog you put in there, right?
Yeah.
No, I was just, and I'm sorry for being distracted. Usually I'm not, except for I got this text from Alicia.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I thought it was from Alicia. It actually came from Alice, my daughter-in-law. And I'm hoping that she forwarded it from Alicia, or else she's going to be in trouble because it says, I voted.
Yeah.
And Alicia, my daughter, lives in Nevada.
Yes.
And I've been telling her to go ahead and vote before it gets close, while there's no lines. So I'm hoping that Alice forwarded this, because it says Alicia's cell, but it came from Alice. So I'm hoping she forwarded it.
I'm sure that's what happened.
Yeah, because Alice, we can't vote in Alabama yet.
No.
So if you have voted,
not legally, anyway.
We're in trouble.
Well, maybe she went to another state and voted.
Maybe
she went to more than one state and voted.
Oh, great. Anyway,
I guess she was looking for a side job.
But my daughter is voting for Trump.
Good.
And all her friends are voting for Hillary.
Oh.
And not all of them, but
find some better friends.
Well, it's hard to find in Nevada at her age, in her age group.
Okay.
You have to get a little older.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. So, so she's quit even, she doesn't even talk about it on Facebook anymore because she was getting so much flack. But that's what happens. Yeah.
But you recall Newt and that little tiff that he had with Megyn Kelly the other night? You remember he said Bill would still be in the West Wing?
Yes.
Even though he wasn't running for it. I don't think he's going to be in the West Wing. I think he's going to be our first U.S. ambassador to Pedophile Island.
Could be.
I think he'll be living there.
Listen, she already said, and the media, now the media is taken off on Trump because he said the word ghetto. When he was talking about helping African Americans who live in the ghetto. What is the guy on after Anderson Cooper on CNN?
Is it Don Lemon?
Don Lemon. Mm-hmm. Oh, well, what does he mean, ghetto? Why? And he went through this whole thing about, not all African Americans are poor and live in inner city. Most of them are middle class and blah 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 blah. And then he went and he said the word ghetto. What is he talking about? Ghetto? What is he talking? Excuse me.
So what?
It is the ghetto.
Don Lemon. Not only black people live in the ghetto too. You're the racist suggesting only black people live in the ghetto.
You remember that wonderful comedy? You remember Chico and the Man?
Yes,
that was a Hispanic ghetto.
It was. It sure was.
There you have it.
Now here's the thing, they can't stand the fact that Trump is making some headway with African Americans. They cannot stand that. MSNBC interviewed a couple of black women in North Carolina yesterday who said they were voting for Trump. Older women who said, "Look, we got to try something different. Things aren't working." I thought the reporter on MSNBC was going to come completely unglued. It's very amazing.
I heard a couple of them talking about this. It's amazing how your attitude changes when your kid dies.
You're right. Or if you can't send your kids to school without worrying about them getting shot. Yeah. Or your baby, your 8-year-old, is laying on the bed doing homework, and a drive-by kills your child.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gotta go, Brian.
Y'all have a happy weekend. Bye-bye.
Got to take a break. We'll be right back.
On that note, y'all have a happy weekend.
The traffic info you need now. Here's a WBHP Time Saver traffic update.
This report is brought to you by SOS Children's Villages.
Slow traffic in Athens this morning. There's a crash on 72 westbound at Highway 31 in the Athens area. It's already off on the side, but still causing slow traffic there. In Decatur, some slow-and-go traffic heading over the Hudson Memorial Bridge, but right now, no problems. A little crowded already on 565, but no problems there. Things are moving okay on the Parkway, and no problems heading over Chapman Mountain. I'm Captain Carl in the Hardee's Traffic Center.
War, poverty, and disaster have left millions of children around the world orphaned, abandoned, alone. When their parents can't be there, SOS Children's Villages is there in 134 countries, including the U.S. To make a difference in a child's life, go to sosusa.org.
Hi, I'm attorney Charles Pittman. Hurt in a wreck and trying to get a hold of an attorney after business hours? Good luck. Because car wrecks happen 24 hours a day, we're available to get you the help you need 24 hours a day. And if you can't come to us, we'll come to you. We'll come to your house, your work, or even your hospital room. Get the help you need when you need it most, right now. Call us today at 533-5000.
Charles Pittman is the way to go. Call 533-5000.
No representation is made that the quality of the legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
Don't miss Tiger Talk, sponsored by Tennessee Valley Fence, Thursday night at 8 on 800 and 1230 WBHP.
6:57 on the morning show. Let's get a couple of phone calls in here. Let's get Jamie in here. Hey, Jamie.
Good morning. How are y'all?
Good. How are you?
Fine. Somebody can text me and tell me that I could come pick up my gun safe I won.
No, we haven't given it away yet.
Yeah, that must have been
it was fake.
That was an erratic text.
That was fake.
That was okay. And WikiLeaks probably sending you.
It could be. It's WikiLeaks, yes.
I think the person who's going to win it's going to be the person who won Week 1 football picks.
Who was that?
You don't remember who won Week 1 football picks?
I'd have to go back and look, Jamie.
It was me. You think I'd be calling in if Ralph or Bob did? Huh?
Gotta go, Jamie. All right,
Bye-bye.
$5.4 million on crystal stemware. Really?
This isn't just a commercial. It's a gift to anyone who's sick and tired of dealing with their hearing loss. Because we'll give everyone who calls a free trial of a life-changing hearing breakthrough called Listen Clear. Not only that, we'll also give you free shipping and free batteries for life. But you must call now. 1-800-913-2759. Listen Clear is precisely designed by top audio engineers to fit your ear almost invisibly. And you can adjust Listen Clear to find the perfect way to hear everything, wherever you are and whatever you're doing. Listen Clear is so small and discreet, most people won't even know you're wearing it. And it's so lightweight, you may even forget you're wearing it too. So if you're sick of dealing with your hearing loss, let us give you a 100% free home trial with free shipping and free batteries for life. For free information, call now. 1-800-913-2759. That's 1-800-913-2759. 1-800-913-2759.
Car crashes are a leading killer of children 1 to 13. Are your children in the right car seat for their age and size? Don't think you know. Know you know. Go to safercar.gov/the-right-seat.
Huntsville, 55 years of serving the Tennessee Valley, 4 generations. You know, Carrie, this is a pretty good market to think about investing in real estate.
It's an excellent time to do that, Gary. We invest in ourselves and buying our own home, but also buying that one other rental property or maybe even 12 or 15 in the future does a great thing in providing you a tax shelter now with your current income. It provides you a better rate of return. You know, the CDs aren't paying that much at the bank now.
Right.
So you get a better rate of return, a safer investment than maybe some stock market investments. And again, even retirement income in the future. So there's a lot of good reason to look at real estate, short-term or long-term, and to get a good return on your money.
If folks are interested in investing in this market, they need to talk to you and your staff. So tell them how to get a hold of you.
Please call us at 256-539-9501 or visit us on our web at rosenblumrealty.com.
Carrie Rosenblum, Rosenblum Realty, 55 years experience.
This is WBHP Huntsville, WHOS Decatur, and WDRM-FM HD2 Decatur, an iHeart radio station.
Fox News Radio, I'm Lillian Wu. Everyone's fine, but there was a scare for a Trump campaign plane last night in New York.
To Mike Pence's campaign plane, along with his wife Karen, his daughter Charlotte, staff members, Secret Service, and the assembled media on board, came in for a landing at LaGuardia and skidded off the runway in all the rain and all the wind. They partially went through that concrete arrestor pad at the end and then ended up in the grass.
Fox's John Roberts in Manchester, New Hampshire, where Donald Trump holds a roundtable today. President Obama Obama returning to Florida for an evening rally to help Hillary Clinton.
The Clinton campaign is getting blasted by the daughter of an African-American man who died after a police chokehold. She's accusing the Clinton campaign of wanting to use her father to push its agenda.
Fox's Mike Emanuel. And closing arguments today for two in the so-called Bridgegate scandal involving New Jersey Governor Chris Christie. Fox News, we report. You decide.
The traffic info you need now. Here's a WBHP Time Saver traffic update.
This report is brought to you by Stand Up to Cancer.
Slow traffic leaving Decatur this morning on the Hudson Memorial Bridge and making the turn on to Highway 20. For you folks heading in toward the Arsenal, some slow traffic on 565 as well. Right now around Athens, we have a problem. Highway 31 at Highway 72 getting cleared up. No wrecks or stalls, though, if you're heading up and down the Parkway. No problems on 431 around Big Cove. I'm Captain Carl in the Hardee's Traffic Center.
I'm Tony Goldwyn. 20 years ago, when my mom had lung cancer, she didn't have many choices. But today, you do. If you've been diagnosed with lung cancer, please visit standuptocancer.org/lung cancer to learn more.
Say good morning to Keith Pinkerton. He is Mr. Electric. Now, Keith, severe weather in the Tennessee Valley, power outages, a big problem. But you can help stop that.
That is correct. We can actually come in and install a whole house generator that automatically senses when the power goes off, takes you off the utility grid, and turns on the generator and powers up your house during a power outage. And when power comes back on, it senses it and shuts down the generator and puts you back on the utility grid.
And another important feature with Mr. Electric is making sure you're safe at home.
We actually have a home safety inspection, electrical home safety inspection that we do when we come out to your house, and and we inspect your whole electrical system, and we educate you about your electrical system, and if we see any code violations or anything that needs to be addressed, we'll give you a free upfront quote.
Call Mr. Electric today at 1-888-536-8119.
Talking with Russ and Andy of Last Resort Guns, County Line Road in Madison. You know, Russ, Tactical Tuesdays have been very successful.
Indeed, they have been so successful that we have replicated them as a Saturday matinee of Tactical Tuesday. We're now running Tactical Tuesdays at 6 on a Tuesday, but we're also running the matinee of Tactical Tuesday at 8 on a Saturday morning, so we have doubled the amount of space we've got for people to come and do tactical shooting in the range.
Is that every week?
That'll be every week.
Tactical Tuesday, now also a Saturday matinee. Last Resort Guns, County Line Road in Madison.
High school football scores, interviews, and more. Catch the Fifth Quarter Show tonight at 9 on 800 and 1230 WBHP.
I'm Kerry Rosenblum with Rosenblum Realty, and it's football season again, and that means I'll be giving away $50 cash to one lucky Toni and Gary listener each week.
The Toni and Gary SEC Football Pick'em Contest. Find out more online at ToniandGary.com and listen weekdays 5 to 8 a.m. here on 800 and 1230 WBHP.
.704 on the morning show. All right, Family Feud. Name a Halloween prank. I have the top 6 answers. All right, let's bring John in. Hey, John, how are you?
Hey, good morning, guys. I got a question. I know Donald Trump, I honestly believe, is going to look out for we, the American people, for the first time in probably a very, very long time. So I wonder if that includes, he's been rightfully attacking the media about their bias. So when he becomes president on November 9th and then sworn in January, does he start looking at all these media outlets with White House past press credentials and decides their distortion in the campaign was too much to allow him to continue to have those credentials? I mean, can you imagine a press conference without the Washington Post, New York Times? I mean, it would be just too much to believe if he had the chutzpah to say American people don't have enough time to have to sort fact from fiction. And I'll give you an example, Tony. Last night, Fox News Carl Cameron at one of his rallies said, Donald Trump just told a joke that's going to make the headlines all across the country tomorrow. He said, you might as well just cancel the election and give it to me. And Carl said, listen, America, he was just making a joke. He was kidding. I was here. I heard it. I heard him laugh. So tomorrow when it gets reported as mainstream news, just remember I told you first it was a joke. And this morning, Yahoo News and half a dozen others, Trump says give him the election as if it were fact. I think we need to pull press credentials for groups that don't have the sense to report it correctly.
You know, what I would do if I were him is I wouldn't, pull their credentials to begin with, but I would not agree to any sit-down interviews as president.
Well, I don't know how you stop the distortion. I don't think it's going to stop after he's elected. He's hated right now by the media, so just let him know that, they lose a lot if they play this ignorant game of being biased, untruthful, dishonest, and lowlife, to be honest.
And when you can't even make a joke, it's kind of like they really took off on him for taking 2 hours to go cut the ribbon on his hotel, and yet Hillary Clinton spent all night at an Adele concert and wasn't on the campaign trail. Nobody cared.
Well, she was lobbying for her endorsement.
Yeah,
so I guess that
with
counts.
Hollywood, yes. Mm-hmm. So it is very. I mean, it's so
I'm very
blatant.
disappointed in Adele. Quite honestly,
it's really.
Well, yeah, I didn't know which way she leaned until she said something.
Go ahead, John.
In my generation, we used to make big fun of Pravda and Investia and TASS in the Soviet Union, and I'm here to tell you, Tony, we're worse. We're way worse.
Well, if she wins, it's going to be the biggest mess. They're going to bring all of this into the White House, and it's going to be a mess. But the media will talk about how wonderful it is, and how great she is, and how great Bill is, and blah, 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 blah. It's very scary.
I was in D.C. when we voted in Marion Barry again after his cocaine conviction. So the Democrats are capable of putting criminal in the White House. There's no doubt about it.
There's no doubt about it. Thank you, John.
Take care.
All right, so there's a report that's out now, and Trump actually alluded to it during one of the debates when he said that $6 billion went missing from the State Department.
Yeah,
and the media said, well, he's lying. He doesn't know what he's talking about. So there's 21 pages now of money that was spent during Hillary Clinton's tenure as State Department. Millions of dollars on lavish goods and initiatives that we paid for. Example, she spent $5.4 million on a no-bid contract for Crystal Stemware. Yep, Crystal Stemware.
What's the State Department need with stemware?
Well, I guess for their parties.
Oh.
Or maybe for her house. I don't know. Some of this stuff ended up at her home.
Oh, I'm sure they were boxed up on the way out.
The thing is, the no-bid contract, you're not supposed to do any business with a no-bid contract. You're supposed to let people bid on it, but I'm sure it was one of her friends.
Do you think they wrapped the Crystal Stemware when Hillary Clinton left the State Department with newspaper clippings about her email scandal? That would have been funny.
It would have been funny. Something for her to read when she got home.
That's right. She could have found out about it in the newspaper just like Obama.
That's right. They also spent $630,000 to increase Facebook likes on 4 State Department pages.
How much?
$630,000. What's our budget? $50 a month.
Tony, we need to discuss this.
$630,000.
How many likes did they get out of that? 2 or 3?
Yeah, probably. They didn't get as many as we did.
I'm sure they didn't.
Let's see. Also, what else did they spend money on? This report also highlighted what the State Department spent that failed. For example, $600 million on failed projects in Iraq and Afghanistan. $600 million. The projects included $3.6 million for a fleet of unused broadcast TV trucks in Afghanistan. So I guess they bought $3.6 million of TV trucks, and they never used them. Now,
what?
My question is, well, that was my next question. Are there TV reporters in Afghanistan? And would they be in live trucks? Is that what they would be doing?
Yeah, I don't understand. I mean,
I don't understand.
This
that
was
either.
bought for the folks in Afghanistan.
And they were never used. I don't know.
Well,
it just says there was a project that's $3.6 million for a fleet of broadcast TV trucks that were never used.
I bet they were used, just not for broadcasting TV. I bet you money was some of those. That's exactly right. Some of them affixed a gun to the top of it, and they've been shooting people with it. I bet money that's happened.
Then there was $167.5 million on overruns while expanding the embassy at Kabul.
Oh, yeah.
We talked about that over and over.
When that was going on.
Yeah. They also spent an additional $9.8 million on, let's see, $79,000 in taxpayer money. Hillary Clinton bought copies of President Obama's book. $79,000 so that they could put one in each one of our embassies. Now, I wonder how much money he made off that.
Now, couldn't the president have given us some books to put in our embassies?
He needed the money.
I mean,
he
could have even put an iPod with a bunch of his speeches on there if he wanted to.
So what happened there is, she spent that money so that he could make money. Yeah. He makes money on every book that's sold.
Oh, sure he does.
So she bought them, $79,000 worth.
Wow.
Let's see what else
I wonder how many of her books he has bought.
I don't know. They've only sold like 30.
Well, he must have bought about 25.
$53,000 Hillary Clinton's State Department spent on marble polishing services at the U.S. Embassy in Brazil.
Well, you should have seen that marble, Tony. It was in a mess.
And it needed polishing.
It sure did.
Mm-hmm. You going to pull that around there?
Hillary, Hillary can't be caught in a place where the marble's dirty.
No, that's true. Let's see. This is all taxpayer money, folks. Let's see, what else did she spend money on? Okay, so the $6 billion that disappeared in 2008 with no paper trail to document the progress of those projects. So there's no way for an inspector general to verify that the money ended up in the proper place because they didn't file the appropriate paperwork. So somebody ended up...
Well, I wonder how much of that money ended up in Bill's pocket.
Somebody ended up with $6 billion, and nobody can tell you where. That in itself ought to be an investigation by the FBI.
Brian asks a good question. He just texted me. He said, did the Barack Obama books replace the Bible in those embassies?
Oh, most likely. You know how that is.
I bet the Bible has been taken out of those embassies a long time ago.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. Entertainment reading there, otherwise replacing.
Jeez.
Yeah, we can talk about how much dog the president eats.
Oh, stop with the dog.
Does he not eat dog?
Not anymore.
Well, how do you know?
He only did that in Indonesia. I think it's illegal in the U.S.
Are you taking his word on that?
Well, I don't know what they do in the basement other than make beer. And a new poll out. I thought this was kind of interesting. According to this new poll, 42% of Americans are afraid of clowns.
42%.
Only 32% are afraid of climate change. So more people are afraid of clowns than global warming.
Yeah.
More people are afraid of clowns than a terrorist attack, gun rights infringement, family members dying, collapse of the economy, Obamacare, and biological warfare.
Well, no wonder people are dressing up like clowns, acting fools.
Terrified of
clowns. Because it's easy.
I think just a few cases like this just turn that all on its head right there.
Think about it, though.
Yeah.
This whole craze was started on a lie.
It was. It was a prank.
Kid.
Yeah.
It was a kid. Yeah. Well, he lied to his parents. He said, Mom, Dad, I just saw a clown out in the woods out back.
Mm-hmm.
And that's grown into this.
Yeah, but then they posted pictures.
That's right. Yeah. After that initial thing, there were Photoshop pictures that showed up.
And then you got people that took that and just started gagging it along and bringing it along, making it real life.
Yeah. Listen, I didn't like clowns before.
To begin with.
You know, those scary clown movie things, I mean, just creep me out.
We would feel a little sorry for Barnum and Bailey, and clowns.
Well, they have come out, and, clown lives matter. They've come out and said. I'm not kidding. They had a march in D.C.
Racist. No clowning around, huh?
No, yeah. It's like, that's not us. We're still your friendly, happy...
Right.
Lovable.
Not all of us are killer clowns. Fallon and I were driving home from somewhere last weekend, and it was like midnight. It was dark and on this road, no lights. And she said, "What would you do if a clown ran out in front of you right now?" I said, "I'd run it over." That's what I'd do.
Jeez, Corey, now you scare me.
Like any other deer, huh?
Like any other deer.
Right.
Oh, let's go to Wayne. Hey, Wayne, how are you?
Hey, I'm doing fine. So they need to go back and look and see if the day that the State Department bought all those books, it pushed Obama's book up on the bestseller list.
So that he could sell more, because the higher it is, the more people will buy it. I mean, there's no telling what he made off those books. Look, everything, the Clintons don't do anything without either a political favor or making money, or both, or all. This is, I am just, our media, yesterday they were still talking about that tape that came out from Access Hollywood. And women coming forward. Where are you, media? Come on now.
Yeah. Well, that not all bestseller lists are based on book sales. Some of them are determined by the editorial board decides what's going to be the bestseller.
Oh, no. Really?
Yeah. So some of them are strictly based on book sales. Others take the top 100 and say, and then they reorder them based on what they think people should be reading.
Oh, my. Especially the New York Times, I guess. Yeah.
I think that's one of them.
Yeah.
I didn't want to go unsubstantiated on that, but I think that was what I heard by gossip.
All right, Wayne, you try to have a good day, okay?
All right, you too.
All right,
I was trying to find out for you, Ms. Lowry, Barack Obama's book deal.
Yeah, how many he sold?
Information. I haven't found that yet, but I will if it's out there. But I simply typed in Obama book deal. He's got $45 million in offers right now for his memoirs.
I told you, why would he want to stay in office when he's going to make a ton of money when he gets out? He can't wait for his Obama Foundation to make as much money as the Clinton Foundation.
Or more. I'm going to be shopping around my memoirs soon.
Soon?
Soon.
But
very soon.
You're in your 30s.
I don't
have memoirs.
I don't have many memories at the moment.
You don't have memoirs. You have to be older.
$45. Is
That's right.
Well, I got to start somewhere.
Carrie Rosenblum in the house. We have more. Don't go away.
Listen to Toni and Gary on your smartphone.
Download the free iHeartRadio app and listen anywhere in the U.S.
And we're on HD Radio 102.1-2. And don't forget to like our Facebook page, facebook.com/Toni and Gary.
It's the morning show with Toni and Gary on 800 and 1230 WBHP.
Investments in securities involves the risk of loss. The following is a far too common tale of investing in annuities. A successful couple invested a large portion of their savings in annuities, thinking they were a safe way to guarantee a dependable income stream no matter what the market did. But it didn't take long for them to regret their decision. They were locked into low returns, faced potential tax consequences, and that they couldn't get out of their annuities without paying huge penalties. They were stuck, and so was their money. Suddenly, their retirement hopes and dreams were in danger. But it didn't have to happen to them, and it doesn't have to happen to you. You can avoid the annuity trap. Here's one way. Get the free report Annuity Insights, your guide to better understanding annuities, by calling 1-800-396-3336. Written by Forbes columnist and money manager Ken Fisher's firm. This powerful report could help save you from major financial heartache, and it's offered today for free. If you have an annuity or are considering one, claim your free annuities guide today. Hurry, free copies are limited. Call now, 1-800-396-3336. 1-800-396-3336.
Guys, when it comes to grooming, we're no longer interested in discount chains and unisex salons. Men nowadays demand the warm, personal atmosphere of the barbershop of days gone by, while enjoying man-sized leather chairs, big screen TVs, and a cold drink. Rooster's Men's Grooming Center has it all for you. They're located at 475 Providence Main Street in Huntsville. Give them a call at Rooster's Men's Grooming Center at 489-0886. If you're looking for one of the finest dining experiences in the Tennessee Valley, if you're looking for the best, absolute best steaks and the freshest seafood, look no further. Nick's Ristorante on Bailey Cove Road, south of Weatherly in Huntsville, is the place for you. Go by and see our buddy Nick and all the family there waiting to serve you with the best food that Huntsville has seen in years and years at Nick's Ristorante on Bailey Cove Road, just south of Weatherly.
Daddy, what are you doing? How do you like the new sign? Sutton and Daughters Furniture? Does Daddy know about this? Well, we can't call it Sutton and Sons because we don't have any brothers. And besides, we've helped Daddy in the store practically since we were babies. Sutton and Daughters, that has a nice ring to it. Finally, some respect around here. Laren, this could be the start of a new trend. Either that or World War III.
The brands you trust, like Clayton Marcus and Craftmaster, at a price you'll love.
That's because Daddy said sell it.
Sutton Furniture.
Highway 72 in Athens.
I'm Kerry Rosenblum with Rosenblum Realty, and it's football season again, and that means I'll be giving away $50 cash to one lucky Toni and Gary listener each week.
The Toni and Gary SEC Football Pick'em Contest. Find out more online at ToniandGary.com and listen weekdays 5 to 8 a.m. here on 800 and 1230 WBHP. The traffic info you need now. Here's a WBHP Time Saver traffic update.
This report is brought to you by Huntsville Hospital. Getting on the road around Lacey's Spring this morning. No delays to warn you about. Traffic moving okay on 431 around Big Cove. We're not spotting any problems on Chapman Mountain. 565, a little crowded heading in toward the Arsenal, but no problems. No wrecks or stalls right now around Decatur or Athens. I'm Captain Carl in the Hardee's Traffic Center.
When I don't feel good, it's hard to keep up with school, work, even weekend plans. Huntsville Hospital Walk-In Clinic across from Holy Spirit School on Airport Road is open until 6 p.m. every day, including Saturday and Sunday. Huntsville Hospital Walk-In Clinic. We can make you feel all better.
Say good morning to Mary Lawrence, Sonomas Mortgage, First Commercial Bank. All right, Mary, so tell me about first-time homeowners.
Well, when you haven't owned a home before, you want to ask questions. So it's nice to be able to go to someone local and ask questions. For a first-time home buyer, the big thing is to find out how much they can afford. And then the second thing is to have that pre-approval letter so when they make their offer, it'll be accepted.
Explain to everybody what a pre-approval letter is.
A pre-approval letter takes your income and the bills that you currently owe, work those numbers together and find out how much home you can afford.
And that makes it easy. That way, when you go to look for a home, you know what your price range is, right?
Right. And you don't waste time looking for things or being frustrated about not being able to buy something you've looked at. So you start out at the right place.
Now, a lot of people now will not even take a bid on a home unless you have a pre-approval letter.
Realtors want it. Homeowners want it. If you're buying my house, I want to know that you can buy it before I take it off the market.
Call Mary Lawrence today on her cell phone, 256-755-1008. All loans subject to credit approval. Rates and fees subject to change. NMLS number 180085.
From the Exergen Temporal Thermometer Weather Center.
Now, your official WBHP Weather Center forecast.
This report is brought to you by Positive Coaching Alliance.
I'm WHNT News 19 meteorologist Jake Reed. Friday morning starting off cool, but we warm quickly to near 80 degrees by lunchtime. Expect highs between 80 and 85 this afternoon. Beautiful weather for high school football tonight. Temperatures near 70 at kickoff. Take my forecast in WBHP with you everywhere. Download the free iHeartRadio app at WBHPAM.com.
Got issues with youth or high school sports? Positive Coaching Alliance can help. PCA, a national nonprofit organization, offers more than 1,000 free online resources to inform and inspire youth and high school sports coaches, parents, student athletes, and administrators. Visit PCADevZone.org.
If you're familiar with cloud computing, you probably know that Amazon Web Services offers a complete set of secure compute, storage, application, and deployment services that help companies launch and scale their IT infrastructures while lowering costs. But did you know that you're still responsible for protecting your own AWS-based assets, meaning your applications and data, from advanced cyber threats? Protect your AWS with Barracuda Network's advanced firewall solutions. Visit AWS Marketplace or barracuda.com/AWS to learn more.
An important message from Medicare.
I found a better deal on prescriptions.
I found a new plan with lower costs. It's Medicare Open Enrollment. Have you compared plans yet? Who knows what you might find? Check out your options at Medicare.gov or call 1-800-MEDICARE.
You never know unless you go.
Medicare Open Enrollment, October 15th through December 7th. Brought to you by the Department of Health and Human Services.
This is Michael Berry. Join me this afternoon at 5. Now back to Toni and Gary on the Valley's Big Talker, 800 and 1230 WBHP.
I'm Stuart Tanksley with Pro Fence of the Tennessee Valley. Add value, beauty, and security with a new fence for your home or business. Call us at 584-0092 or visit us on the web at profencellc.com.
That would be Stuart Tanksley, Pro Fence. Tell you what, just building fences all over the Tennessee Valley.
It's
Homes,
amazing what they
businesses,
can do.
schools, churches. You name it, he's doing it.
He can make that old fence look brand new, too.
He
with
can.
their refinishing
That's right.
services, 584-0092.
And what a great family business. All right, Family Feud. We're looking for pranks, the top Halloween pranks. What do you think is on the list? Call us. Phone numbers are
256-534-3521 and 309-2313.
Carrie Rosenblum's in the house. You guys had a big event last night.
Yes, with the Exchange Club that I'm a member of, as you know, and we had a firefighters appreciation dinner. We tried to put that on and give them a little pat on the back, and had that over at the Huntsville Country Club, and 4 firemen were honored there. We had 3 from Huntsville, 1 representing each shift worker, and then Madison had 1, and they were some good stories and good opportunity to interface with some real servants of our community. So it was a good time.
Every year you guys do you do a great thing honoring.
Yeah, we do the law enforcement usually in the early part of the year, but this is the firefighters, and they do put their life on the line every day. And,
every day.
In fact, one of the officers, or one of the firemen that was honored last night, had really injured himself. Now, it wasn't apparent by looking at him last night, but he went through a fall from a deck, maybe three stories up nearly, and dislocated some hip or something, and is still recouping. But he was there trying to save some lives and get some people out. So a lot of perils involved in that line of work, and they don't get enough really
recognition.
Thanks for what they do.
The Exchange Club that you're involved in, they do a lot of good work all year. Not just once or twice a year honoring either.
Just volunteers in our community trying to, keep things going in the right direction as best we can, and pay tribute to those we need to.
All right, we're going to talk about what you're doing this weekend in a moment. All right, so ringing doorbells and running away, we have the top 6 answers. That was number 6, believe it or not.
Wow.
Yeah. So there are 5 others. Name a Halloween prank. What have you done? Do you ever?
I'm not too.
I just can't imagine you doing a Halloween
I wasn't
prank.
too much into that. And I did do the trick-or-treating now, but when I got back, there was too high a price to pay for issues that might have come up with parents. So I thought, we better not be doing that.
Better not be doing that. Yeah.
Logan and his friends used to often do what they called ding-dong ditching.
Yes.
But they would do it just at any point in time. It didn't have to be Halloween. They'd just go do it.
What?
Of course, I'd jump on him after. No, why do you want to do that? Knowing that I did it when I was little. But, do as I say, not as I do, right?
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't help at my house because I don't answer the door, so.
Ding-dong, then going to jump the ditch.
all they
Maybe I need to bring Logan and his friends by the Lowry Mansion and see what happens.
Let's not and say we did. Anyway, all right, a couple of other stories. So it looks like the New Republic, which is a liberal paper, says that we ought to consider raising the age that you can charge kids as an adult.
Okay.
To 25.
Well, I thought we'd just start, where they're adults, like 18.
No. They say that, to raise the age, these campaigns are going on across the country, pushing for legal changes in order to treat all offenders under 18 as juveniles, and then give them some slack until they're 25 because they're not fully grown up yet. Now,
I feel like there's some parental issues there. Or
I
parental.
just want to say, right now it's, the 22 states, children of any age, even those under 10, can be prosecuted as adults, depending on what they do.
Right.
But 25, that's what's wrong with our kids now.
They don't get in trouble for doing stuff.
There's no consequences for anything. And then, I'm sure that in liberal land, 25 means you still live in your parents' basement. I'm
sure it does.
Yeah. But, 20 by 25, oh my gosh, you should be well on your way.
Well, you only got one more year to live off your parents' health insurance.
Mm-hmm.
It's time to grow up.
How old were you, Carrie, when you moved out of your parents' home?
I was about 20, 21, 22, somewhere along in there. Mm-hmm.
You know, it's and it's one thing if you're going to school or you know, or you're paying your own way and things like that. That's I'm not saying it's wrong because you know mine still lives at home. He'll be 20 in December, but
my brother still lives at home. He'll be 26 next year. Next month.
Yeah. Now, for those who are, you know, 30, 35, I mean, I know people who are in their 30s that still live at home.
Yeah.
You really need to get out. And
it's time to go.
And by that time, you just need. Now, I'm not talking about those who left and then for some financial reason had to come back. I'm not talking about them.
Exceptions,
yeah. I'm talking about the ones who never left.
Right.
And you're 35 years old. You really need to get out of the house.
You really should.
Yeah. And try to figure out what you're going to do with your life.
There's a reason you can't find a girl.
Or a job.
You're living with
at home
with mama.
Yeah.
Well, the commercials, I think, hits that.
Listen, if your mother washes your clothes, you're not getting a girlfriend.
I don't wash Chance's clothes.
Oh, really?
No.
Well, my mother washes my little brother's clothes.
Well, you know, there's a problem with that.
I agree. I agree. You want her number?
No.
Tell her.
I do not.
In-home maid service there. Yes.
I mean, he has to do chores.
I moved out when I was 18.
Yeah, I was younger than that because I graduated when I was 16. I think I was.
Well, I'd like to have been younger than that, but
when I moved out, got a job.
I couldn't.
I paid for my own apartment, for goodness sakes.
The older generations, you know, they were out. Of course, they didn't get the. Wait
a minute, what?
I knew Corey was going to try to make something out of that.
What did you just say?
I said the older generations. I said they had a work ethic more, and they got out, and you know, some of them got married 15, 16. Now we're not promoting that today, but a lot of those marriages lasted, you know, a lifetime,
60, 70 years.
That's
yeah.
right. You know, and you know they knew what was expected of them.
I think my grandparents got married when I think she was like 15.
Yeah. But you know that older generation.
No, I don't know that older. Would you quit saying that?
I'm saying you know people from that generation.
Like I said, my grandparents.
No, not your contemporaries. No.
All right, Canada, forget Halloween costumes and yoga. There is a new symbol of cultural appropriation.
Halloween costumes and yoga?
Well, you know, because there's been this whole big thing about yoga here lately and yoga pants and how it's white privilege if you do yoga, and oh yeah,
it's white privilege to do yoga.
Yeah, because mostly white people do it. So
I ate
really?
a bit of yogurt, but that didn't have anything to do with it, does it? Okay.
The canoe. So according to this professor of English at the University of Victoria, the canoe is a symbol of colonialism, imperialism, and genocide.
The canoe?
Canoe,
yes. I mean, like the thing you ride in the water?
Yes. And that all canoes should be, it's a symbol of racism, and you should do away with it.
These people are just...
They're crazy.
Messed up on... What are they taking?
I don't know. This is what he said. It's not a coincidence that it was white men of a certain age. The majority of wilderness canoers are people who have a very privileged place in society. They're frequently highly educated people. They're almost completely white. And we should take a look at canoe as a symbol and get rid of the symbol of colonialism. Now,
I am so tired of being called racist.
It doesn't matter what you do.
Now I've never been in a canoe, so you can't call me a racist for that one.
Well, I've been in a canoe.
Are you racist?
I'm not a racist.
I'm so tired of it.
It is ridiculous that a canoe.
Everything we do is racist.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah. What's that other little boat? It's not a canoe.
A kayak.
Kayak. Yeah.
Chance has a kayak.
So
they go fishing in their kayak.
White privilege.
Yeah.
Well, it's got to be. Yeah. And one more. According to Syrian refugees, they are now demanding that all products in Europe, including the road signs over the freeways and the highways, be in Arabic. Period. not dual language, just in Arabic. Yeah. You know, you just wonder sometimes who these people are. Although I do like this story from the Wall Street Journal.
Do prisoners know how to write in Arabic?
I don't know.
Don't they still make those signs?
From Kimberly Strassel. She is writing. She wrote in the Wall Street Journal today a very good article. Grifters in Chief. Grifters in Chief. That would be Bill and Hillary Clinton.
No.
Grifters in Chief. Yes.
It's like what play is she trying to make? I'm not catching it yet. I got it now.
You got it now?
Yeah.
Carrie Rosenblum's in the house. It'd be a great weekend to get out and look for a home. It's going to be, the weather's going to be wonderful.
It's going to be beautiful.
Yeah, you can't beat it. It's been pretty this week.
It has been, and it's going to be beautiful all weekend.
Sunny in the mid-80s all weekend.
And remember what Barry said, you need to go ahead and find that house before the election because interest rates are low and you can lock in a rate.
Absolutely. Right now is a wonderful time on that, and always some speculation after the election.
Right.
Can go up, go up any time.
But if you lock in your rate, she has people who've locked in their rate and they're not closing till December.
Oh, yeah.
You can lock in your rate
about
now.
a 60-day lock-in usually, and it makes sense because it takes the worry out of it. Years ago, when the rates were more volatile, you had a lot more up and downs and more concerns, but you don't want to be complacent about this, even though they've been down. Right. There's a chance that they could creep up now a little bit.
And you want to get out there and find that house this weekend. It's a beautiful weekend.
Yeah, and 0.5% can make a good difference in the monthly payment, more than you realize. $30-$40 bucks.
Yeah.
So and selections are really good. New homes, we've got some of the builders that have passed to us some specials they've got on existing. Already built homes, and so it's a great time to come see us, look at something new or existing.
Phone number is?
256-539-9501.
That would be Rosenblum Realty. We'll be right back. Don't go away.
On your smartphone, download the free iHeartRadio app and listen anywhere in the U.S.
And listen on your computer free anywhere in the world.
And we're on HD Radio 102.1-2. And don't forget to like our Facebook page, facebook.com/Toni and Gary.
It's the morning show with Toni and Gary on 800 and 1230 WBHP.
There is a significant difference between being slightly out of tune or perfectly in tune. If your financial plan is even slightly out of tune, you may be paying too much for taxes, exposing yourself to too much risk, or retiring without a sound income plan. Is your financial plan out of tune? Listen to WBHP The Big Talker, Saturdays at 10 a.m. to Financially Tuned with Don Cloud of Cloud Financial to get your financial future in tune.
Straight talk, honest answers, The Car Pro Show.
I'm Jerry Reynolds, The Car Pro, and that's exactly what you get at CarProUSA.com or listening to The Car Pro Show.
Saturdays noon to 3 and Sundays 9 to 11 a.m. on 800 and 1230 WBHP.
It's the final run-up to the election, and MSNBC will be there.
The choice could not be more stark.
It's a historic milestone no matter what happens in the campaign.
Like nothing I've seen in politics.
It's choosing time. MSNBC, the place for politics.
Talking with Andy Jones of Last Resort Guns, County Line Road in Madison, a variety of pistol courses offered at Last Resort. Andy, tell us about that.
Yes, we're trying to come up with a number of different ways that we can reach out to people and help educate them as part of our classes. We've started running an introduction to pistol shooting class, which is primarily aimed at beginner shooters or those with not very much confidence or experience of actually shooting a handgun. And it's the shooting element, so it's going in the range and having some instruction on stance and aiming and actually getting the experience and practice with an instructor to go through the shooting. We've also started an NRA course which is called the First Steps, and it's specific to a handgun type, be it a revolver or a pistol, which is how it allows us to limit the time. And then of course we've got the NRA Basic Pistol class, and that covers all forms of handguns.
Visit Last Resort Guns in Madison on County Line Road just south of Palmer Road, or give them a call today, 256-774-5741. That's Last Resort Guns.
Tired of getting the runaround? You won't at Jimmy Smith Buick GMC. Instead, we invite you to join the Preferred Owner Program. Whether you buy new or used, you'll get preferred treatment, including service. Come take advantage of the best offers of the year. Up to $8,000 off MSRP on select GMC Sierra and Yukon.
Come be a part of our family.
You'll find us on Highway 72 on the east side of Athens. Jimmy Smith Buick GMC.
We're your neighborhood dealer.
The traffic info you need now. Here's a WBHP Time Saver traffic update.
This report is brought to you by the Foundation for a Better Life. Friday morning traffic still pretty quiet around Athens. We're not spotting any problems around Decatur. Traffic moving okay on 565. No big delays on the Parkway, just slow and go around Martin Road, some road work going on there. And of course, it's crowded on 431 coming up from Big Cove, heading up toward Governor's Drive, but right now no wrecks or stalls. I'm Captain Carl in the Hardee's Traffic Center.
While many rose up with violence, he sat down for peace. Mahatma Gandhi reached out with the strength he cultivated within his soul. So, pass it on from the Foundation for a Better Life at values.com.
Toni and Gary sound better in HD. Listen on your HD radio at 102.1 HD2.
I'm Chris Haley with Haley's Flooring and Interiors and Liberty Safes, and we will be giving away a Liberty Tactical Gun Safe, an $1,100 value. Listen for details.
The Toni and Gary SEC Football Pick'em Contest. Find out more online at ToniandGary.com and listen weekdays 5 to 8 a.m. here on 800 and 1230 WBHP.
Welcome back to the morning show. Okay, what are we giving away?
$40 for Popeye's Cajun Fried Chicken. Movie passes for 2 at Hollywood 18. Family 4-pack to the Botanical Gardens. $20 from Dunkin' Donuts, Huntsville and Madison.
And a day pass to the range at Last Resort Guns, County Line Road in Madison.
All you have to do is call us. At the end of the show, we'll draw from all the people who have called in, and that person wins.
534-3521 and 309-2313.
Prizes we've added a family 4-pack to Tate Farms. It is the last weekend. Monday is the last day at Tate Farms, by the way. So you need to make plans to attend.
It's horrible news.
I know it. I hate it. I love Tate Farms.
They're going to have to come up with something to do for November and December too.
Oh, we have things. We have stuff.
I'm talking about
have Tate Farms. Oh yeah. No. All right, let's go to Joe. Hey, Joe.
Morning, Tony.
Hey.
Hey, one of the pranks would be hanging spider webs and spiders in the doorways.
You know, some of those kind of things are freaky. I'm just here to tell you. You know, where people do that. You know, and the trick rather than the treat. I never wanted the trick. It was like, please, just give me some candy.
Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yes, that is on the list. Hanging stuff from your doorway or on your house. Very good,
hey,
Joe.
Corey, put me in for the State Farm tickets.
You're in there, hon.
Thank you. Sweetheart. Thank you.
Thanks, babe.
I can call him, hon. You can't.
Oh, yeah. It sounds weird if I do it.
Yeah, it does. All right. So voter fraud, you know there is none, right? There's no voter fraud anywhere. So now we continue to have all of this voter fraud. Mm-hmm. People just walking up saying, you know, my name's John Smith, or not having ID, or posting on Facebook like we talked about early this morning that they had already voted for, 10 or 12 people. And, of course, we have the dead. Mm-hmm. So in Chicago, again, for example, Susie Sally was buried in 1998, but records show that she's voted.
Susie Sally?
Sallee.
It's the girl with 2 first names.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Victor Croswell died in 1994, but records show that he's voted 6 times since then.
Wow.
And then
Very
there's
active
Floyd Stevens. Records show he's voted 11 times since his death in 1993. and the people that are fighting these cases are the local media, not the CNNs or the Fox Newses.
And it doesn't get picked up.
And it doesn't get picked up because to them there is no voter fraud, or it's minuscule.
Yeah, it's so minor. It's not going to swing things.
Texas, the people in Texas, one county in particular, they're putting in their vote and it's showing Democratic.
Yeah.
And then they interviewed the woman there, and she said, "Well, that runs the polling place," and she said, "Well, I don't know what they're talking about." It's like, really, you're the one who helped this lady change it back. Wow. I mean, the corruption is amazing. In Indiana, there are 57 counties where they're investigating voter fraud
already.
Now, this is and CNN says, "Well, that's voter registration fraud." It's the same thing. It's voter fraud. Right. Whether they're registering to vote or voting for people who are dead or voting multiple times, whether they get arrested or not, it's voter fraud. So I just wanted to throw that out there. Another thing, remember that ABC tracking poll we had been talking about all week that came out Sunday and said that it was Hillary plus 12.
Mm-hmm.
Well, somehow in 4 days, 8 points have vanished off that tracking poll.
Really?
Yeah. So
She's
now,
only up by 3 now?
Yeah, by 4.
By 4?
Yeah. So now they're saying, well, that's how tracking polls work. No, yours is a fake tracking poll because they had padded it plus 10 Democrats.
Mm-hmm.
Fake tracking poll. So.
Wow.
Just forget the polls.
Of course, now, we told y'all this the very first day.
We told you that Monday.
When it came out, we said, well, this is fake.
The fake tracking poll.
And now on Friday, other people say, well, that's fake.
That's fake. So the LA Times tracking poll has Trump plus 2. The IBD, the one we told you that was very accurate, has Clinton plus 2.
The most accurate last go around.
And then the ABC tracking poll, which is not a tracking poll, it's a fake poll, has Clinton plus 4. But I'm just throwing that out there just to say that all of a sudden the polls are tightening.
Could you call this a surge for Donald Trump?
Well,
a poll surge?
It sure looks like a poll surge.
I spoke. Who did I? I know. I spoke to and gave me this. Gary Dobbs. Last weekend, he and I spoke, and we were talking about Donald Trump. And of course, the harebrained ideas Gary Dobbs comes up with sometimes, but. He said that he thought it was all by design for Donald Trump. He thought that Donald Trump wanted to go back and forth and surge at certain points. He said that he thought it was all by design for Donald to start surging where we're surging at now.
Well, it's a good time to surge.
Yeah. I mean.
But I don't think he did. He figured it out himself how to do this. Well, he can probably keep us safe and build a wall and fix the economy. I'm not sure he.
I don't know.
I don't. That's a little
think
far for me.
What I said to Gary then was, as I said, I don't think Donald Trump planned to be viewed as a failure at any point during this presidential election.
And what you have to remember in Florida, this is important. The Republican counties haven't voted yet.
Right.
Tomorrow.
They start tomorrow.
So everything like Orlando South started early voting, but people Orlando North and the Panhandle haven't started voting. They start tomorrow, the early voting. So we'll see Monday what the early voting in Florida is. I wonder if Gary had his tinfoil hat on when he was talking about that. Let's go to Royce. Hey, Royce.
Good morning. It's not voter fraud, it's voter irregularity. They like to throw that one out there.
They like to, yes. Fraud.
All right, what pranks do you want? What numbers you got? What you want?
What do you want? Well, I don't know. Throw one out there, Royce. I'd be interested to know what kind of pranks you did.
Well, just because I know them doesn't mean that I've done them, but I don't want to repeat what you've already gotten. So what are your top 6 that you do have?
Well, no, I'm looking for the top 6, and I only have one right answer so far. Ringing doorbells and running away, yeah.
Well, rolling the yard is
number one. It is number 1. Rolling the yard, the trees, the houses.
Yeah.
Yeah, how many houses?
Egging the house should be number 2.
Well, you're going to give them all? Egging is number 2. Yes.
The show's almost over. So
stop.
He speaks from experience here, doesn't he?
He does. Yeah. Now we're speaking to a pastor here. So how many yards have you rolled in your lifetime?
I will tell you the truth. I have only rolled 1 yard. That was my youth pastor's yard when I was a teenager, and did not do it to be mean. We liked the guy, and we went and cleaned it up.
Yeah. There you go. I always tell my kids that if my yard gets rolled, you get to clean it up, no matter who does it. And I'll never forget that Alicia and her friends, I caught them rolling our yard one Halloween. Our trees.
Why would Alicia do that? She knew she was going to clean it up.
Well, the next day, her friends came back over.
Oh, and helped her?
And helped her clean. It's like, really, you're rolling. And we had huge trees, so trying to get toilet paper out of those big trees.
There's one prank I was wanting to ask about, because there's so many words, I don't know how it'd be on a Family Feud thing. But it's where you light a bag of manure and put it on the front porch.
That would be ringing doorbells and running away.
It's on there.
Yeah, but when they start stomping it, that's what makes it really bad. stomping the fire out.
Have you ever done that, Royce?
No, but it sure does sound sort of fun.
Yeah, sort of fun. I think we're corrupting him.
Yeah, 3 hours a day, 5 days a week. Wow, what I've heard on this show.
Oh, that's true.
Royce hits his knees at 8:04 every morning.
Every morning.
Beg for forgiveness.
Lord, forgive me.
Forgive me for what I've heard this morning.
I'm trying to help them.
Hey, I'm going to start being like Donald Trump. I haven't won in so long, I'm starting to think it's rigged. How about that?
Whoa. We love you, Royce.
Have a good one. Love y'all. Bye-bye.
And Terry. Hey, Terry.
Hey. I'd like to make a statement about the presidential election.
Okay.
I voted in 12 presidential elections, and I don't ever remember having this kind of a choice. I get to choose between Jack and the Beanstalk, who doesn't follow any rules and does his own thing, but still manages to find the golden egg, and Cruella, who looks good on the outside, but goes around killing puppies behind the scenes.
Wow.
So I just, this is an election I will remember. I can't say that I particularly remember any other election, but I just wanted to make that comment. This is the most unusual election I have seen in 12 presidential elections.
It will be in the history books. A lot of people will be writing about this election, that's for sure, no matter what happens.
Yes.
Thank you, Terry.
Yes.
Thank
you.
you. All right, we'll take a break. Carrie Rosenblum in the house. We're going to do football when we come back. Don't go away.
Miss Toni and Gary? Listen to our podcast, free anytime, day or night.
And check out our blog at ToniandGary.com with links to the podcast, email, iHeartRadio, listen online, and all the latest stories and video.
And like us on Facebook. Go to Facebook.com/Toni and Gary.
It's the morning show with Toni and Gary on 800 and 1230 WBHP.
From the Tennessee Valley to your radio, it's WBHP's Valley Happenings.
The Early Work Society's annual Supper with Santa will be held Monday, November 28th through Thursday, December 1st at the Early Works Children's Museum, with seatings each evening at 5 and 6:30 p.m. Supper with Santa is a festive, fun-filled event where families meet and dine with Santa. He visits every table and talks to each child during your meal. Tickets are $15 and can be purchased at earlyworks.com starting November 1st. Admission to Santa's Village is also included in the ticket price.
And that's what's happening. For more information on Valley Happenings, log on to WBHPAM.com, keyword events. The traffic info you need now. Here's a WBHP Time Saver Traffic Update.
This report is brought to you by the Foundation for a Better Life. Friday morning traffic still pretty quiet around Athens. We're not spotting any problems around Decatur. Traffic moving okay on 565. No big delays on the Parkway, just slow and go around Martin Road. Some road work going on there. And of course, it's crowded on 431 coming up from Big Cove, heading up toward Governor's Drive. But right now, no wrecks or stalls. I'm Captain Carl in the Hardee's Traffic Center.
While many rose up with violence, he sat down for peace. Mahatma Gandhi reached out with the strength he cultivated within his soul. So, pass it on from the Foundation for a Better Life at values.com.
What is it about buying a mattress that leaves you feeling violated? Pushy salespeople, fake sales, the walk of shame out of the mattress store? Those days are over. Hi, I'm Christian von Rickenbach, co-founder of Helix Sleep, where you can buy a mattress online, customized for you, for hundreds of dollars instead of thousands. Go to helixsleep.com, answer a few simple questions, and we build you the most comfortable mattress you'll ever sleep on. Shipping is free, and you have 100 nights to try it out. Go to helixsleep.com/talkradio and get $50 off your order. That's helixsleep.com/talkradio.
Welcome to Geico's Motorcycle Meanderings.
Oh man, this is great. I sure saved a lot of money by switching to Geico. I scored some big savings, and now I can use their mobile app 24/7 for all sorts of stuff. Life just makes sense now. What doesn't make sense is if a highway splits, it's a fork in the road, then wouldn't the long straight stretch be a knife in the road? And then wouldn't a cul-de-sac be a spoon in the road? What would a spork be?
Geico Motorcycle. Savings that make sense.
All right, you ready, Carrie? Carrie Rosenblum in the house. Let's play some football. Go to our blog at ToniandGary.com. The games are listed there for this week. All right, Carrie, Florida, Georgia.
I'm going to go with Florida in that by 9.
Auburn at Ole Miss.
Auburn's been showing a lot of spunk lately, so I'm going to pick them over Ole Miss by 14 points.
Tennessee at South Carolina.
And Tennessee, I think, will take the Carolina folks by 10.
And New Mexico State at Texas A&M.
A&M's going to bounce back and probably beat them by 21 points.
Yeah, because they're mad. All right, so go to our blog at ToniandGary.com. The games are listed there. Then it says click here to submit your picks. Tell us who you think's going to win by how many points, just like Carrie did. Don't forget to put football picks in the subject line and your name and phone number in case you win. Now, if you get closest, you win $100 in cash from Bo Thomas HVAC. Second place, $50 in cash from Carrie Rosenblum. And you brought cash today, I see.
I did.
You did.
I was there.
At the end of the season, all the entries go into the barrel, and we'll draw for this Liberty Revere 23 tactical gun safe from Haley's Flooring and Interiors on Bob Wallace. What a great small business. You know, Carrie, I love football season, and you're always so involved with everything we do.
It's a lot of fun. We appreciate the opportunity.
Yeah,
a lot of good listeners out there, and
we have a lot
they
of
have
good
a lot
people,
of fun with it, don't they?
Yeah.
They really do.
Which phone number, Carrie?
256-539-9501 or rosenblumrealty.com.
It's going to be a beautiful weekend. Get out and find a house. Call Carrie. He can help you find one.
We'll put the APB out on it and find the right one.
Find the right one. It's a great time of year to go house hunting. It is. All right. It's going to be cooler tonight, right?
It is going to be a little on the cooler side. 56 tonight after a high of 82 with sunny skies today.
All right, then. All right, we're going to take a break. We'll come back. We'll announce the winner. Don't go away.
If people drive by you, point at your car, and hold their noses and make that P.U. face, you need a new set of wheels. Contact Jerry Reynolds, the Car Pro, and let him help you get rid of that stinker.
There is simply no reason why you should settle for anything less than the very best deal you can get on your next car or truck. Listen to the Car Pro Show with me, Jerry Reynolds, or go to CarProUSA.com.
Saturdays noon to 3 and Sundays 9 to 11 a.m. on 800 and 1230 WBHP.
Bring home the fun.
Play casino games on your PC.
These are the same games you play at the casino,
but you can play them at home.
To get you started, here's an offer that'll save you 40% off your entire order.
Go to Phantom EFX. Choose your games and enter promo code iHeart at checkout.
PhantomEFX.com. Promo code iHeart at checkout.
Play casino games at home.
And save 40% at PhantomEFX.com. Promo code iHeart.
So why do people drive from all over the Southeast to Eddie Pruitt Ford?
Tremendous savings on new Ford cars and trucks, crossovers, and SUVs.
Right now, great buys at Eddie Pruitt Ford. Great incentives from Ford Motor Company as well as from Eddie Pruitt himself. And he's got those program vehicles with still under factory warranty mileage on them at Eddie Pruitt Ford, and you can save thousands and thousands of dollars. And at Eddie Pruitt Ford, every new Ford comes with a powertrain lifetime warranty. You heard me right. A lifetime powertrain warranty with every new Ford sold at Eddie Pruitt Ford. So do like I do and have been doing for years. I head over to Hartselle, Alabama, Highway 31 and do business with my friend Eddie Pruitt. And you'll do it too because he'll treat you right at Eddie Pruitt Ford, Highway 31, Hartselle.
This is 800 and 1230 WBHP, the Valley's Big Talker.
All right, to begin with, the daily winner goes to Terry Stokes. Then we have individual Tate Farm winners. That would be George Clark, Joe Johnson, and Joe Tankersley. Each won a family 4-pack to Tate Farm.
Right, very good.
Yeah, so we had a lot of winners today. All right, guys. It's going to be a beautiful weekend, a good football weekend. Get out there and do something. Enjoy it. Forget everything else and just go enjoy the family.
Relax and
right?
have some fun.
Yeah, for a change.
It is going to be a beautiful weekend. Just so y'all know, though, there's a disturbance out in the
Caribbean.
At the moment. And they're saying it's not going to develop into anything, but there's a big yellow X out there.
I'd be shocked.
At
November
the end of
1st
October.
is the last day of hurricane season. Wouldn't that be something if we got one?
It would be. Global warming.
Carrie, phone number one more time.
256-539-9501.
Rosenblum Realty. Thank you for listening, guys.
Bye, y'all.
Glenn Beck follows Fox News on WBHP Huntsville, WHOS Decatur, and WDRM FM HD2 Decatur, an iHeart radio station.